Hey guys. Oh, just trying to get this stinking phone here working. I had it all fixed up to. Let me put this down for a minute. I had it all fixed up, ready to go. It was working fine. I did a test one and everything, and now when I go to do this, again, it's doing this crap of where I can't go horizontal on it. Sorry about that. I gotta turn my other phone out. Hang on. I had it all fixed up, ready to go. It was working fine. I did a test one and everything, and now when I go to do this, yeah, it's really aggravating when this tech crap just doesn't work. It aggravates the little heck out of me. Now what? I have no idea what the hell that is. Oh, come on. It's doing that on its own. Oh, yeah, this is really silly. Oh, well. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of stuff from folks that they have been unsubscribed, and a lot of people saying they're not getting a notification. I think YouTube is just kind of goofed up. Yeah, sorry about that, Mike. It was, I did a test run yesterday where I turned it sideways and it flipped over. I turned it on just for a little quick live, which I deleted, and it was working good. And now tonight at 6 o'clock when I'm going to do a live, not working. So, here we go again with this crap, tech stuff. It was like I got this little ring light, and they sent me this thing, and you can't get it to work. It took me 4 hours just to be able to turn it on. I tried doing the app. I put the app on the phone. I did all this, and nothing. It wouldn't do anything. No matter what you did, it wouldn't do anything. And I'm like, holy cow. So then I took the app off, and I'm trying to just use the buttons. See, it's got buttons here. Hang on, can you see that? It's got little buttons. Well, they don't work, and it doesn't tell you anything there. It'll go into Bluetooth mode, and I'm like, what's going on with this thing? Well, it doesn't tell you. You got to plug it in and wait like 30 seconds before you can hit the on button. I don't know. Holy, there you go. Well, we're on. We'll do the best we can with what we got. We went out for a nice big hike today. A little bit cold. Okay, watch the cord go. Come on, say hi. There's my little buddy.
Hello.
Did you like your walk today?
Yeah.
Were you all bundled up?
Yeah.
Yeah, we bundled up real good. We had longies and big boots, and it was pretty good, huh?
Good.
Yeah, look at my little curly head. All right, watch out. Don't pull the cord. You're pulling on the cord. All right, so we had a little bit of fun today, so. And they're calling for here. I just got another alert on the weather. First they said it was 3 to 6 or 4 to 6 inches. Now it's saying 6 inches plus tomorrow night. Then they said, then they came back with another one that says probably going to be rain, and a freezing rain, I'm sure. Then they came back, this last one they sent me said it's going to be 6 inches plus, and then it's going to push south, and when it does that, we can expect an inch an hour, and it's a pretty big storm, lake effect storm. Yeah, I saw Mike. He sent me some pictures of his place. Yeah, they got dumped on out there, but all right, Paulie. Yeah, that's good. Hey, everybody who come on in, pop in and say howdy. Let everybody know you're here. Turn this a little bit. My that ring light's kind of cool. I don't know if I'll keep using it though. So I took my glasses off because it's just got that big ring on there, and now I can't see too good. So I got the other phone so I could read everything. Hey, how you doing, Ronald? Yeah, what is this here? And this one, oh, look at that, it's not doing anything. Where's Ronald here? Search the best. Yeah, so that's cool. I hope I hope we have a nice kind of a little bit of a wet snow. They'll be able to clear the roads real quick. And then Maddie and I can build a snowman or maybe make a snow fort and have a snowball fight, huh?
Maybe snowman.
Yeah,
I'm going
yeah.
to snowball at you.
We didn't get a chance to build the snowman last time because, we only had a little bit of time in the morning. And then I said,
And I went to school for 6 hours.
yeah, and he went to school. And then by the time he got back, most of it was gone. You could find little pockets of it here and there to make a snowball, but that's about it. So that's our buddy Ronald. He might be coming up for a visit one of these days. He's getting to feel a little bit better than how he was before. Had a little bit of health problems and couldn't get around. That was a bummer. Yeah, and I also saw on the pictures Mike sent with his snow, and skies were clear blue, beautiful sunshine, kind of like a February day. And we had gloom all day, and then it must have been about 2:30 we started getting rain. We had just come back from our walk, and Maddie goes, "Good thing we went walking now." And I was like, "Yeah, that's for sure." We didn't want to get all soaked, but everybody, you got to check your subscriptions. See if you're still subscribed to the channel, because a lot of them were kicked off. It said I had on my little studio thing that I had lost 26 people, and then as the people were hitting me on Messenger or on the Gmail or however they were getting hold of me, I said check your subscription, because they didn't get notified and all this kind of stuff. And they came back and said, yeah, I was unsubscribed. I did not know that, So now it's down to loss of 9 instead of 26. Yeah, I'll tell you what, the whole time I was in the Philippines, Mike, I missed deer hunting, and now I'm back. And the bad thing is, can't go because it's a little bit too far. If I'd have wound up in Pennsylvania, I could have just rented in one of these little towns and walked off the edge of town. We could have been hunting squirrel, whatever. And I just did see Pennsylvania allowed a pellet gun for hunting squirrel and stuff now. Hey Gary, how you doing? Yeah, I had put a few more people on there because we had a bad case of trolls for a while. That's why I didn't do any lives for a while. These people, they make something up, and then other people join in, and they just buy it. So all of a sudden I'm a no good prick. And if they'd watched my channel from the beginning, that's not the case. Diving in Dolan. Is that a town? Dolan? Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of deer here too. When we got here, Maddie and I at the hotel, we were seeing deer all the time. I see them here all the time. We're right on the park, and we go just cruising through the park. It's nothing to see 20 or 30 of them. Just in the last month or two, they've been bunching up pretty good. Hey Steve, how you doing? Hey Governor, how you doing? Yeah, but we do see quite a lot of deer, and but you can't hunt here in the park. There's no way that you can hunt, and they got. I guess they don't want somebody riding on the bike trail. This bike trail over here, though, it's really got me Uh, yeah, Steve, don't buy any of that shit. That's just such a big pile of crap, and that pisses me off. But you got me off my track. This kind of stuff. I don't like when people do that. He did that to me once before, and then I talked to him, and this guy back up. I call him Ricky Bobby, and it's just crazy. And that's really ridiculous. But I do hope. Be honest, I kind of got a little off track, but I hope I can get out and get some hunting in again, maybe next year, and get a buggy. I just can't do the high insurance right now, and they tell me that having the motorcycle insurance that's going to help me out. That's cool. Pretty happy about that. So as long as we get it down, even when I was in California, I wasn't paying hardly anything insurance. I never really had a real bad driving record. I did have a couple of accidents, but I paid for most. Did have a ticket way back in the 90s. It was a speed trap type thing. So I just said heck with it, and I went to the court, and guess what? The cops never showed up, so they dismissed them all. Yeah, roadkill with a 44 Magnum hole in it. You could set traps for them, for even for deer. Well, I'll tell you what, Governor, we went for a walk and we were bundled up real good. We had nice hats on, our gloves, and then we layer the clothes pretty good, wearing the long pants, underwear, and we were fine. And then towards the end, it was getting pretty gusty. Well, for the bike, yeah, I used to do that when I lived in Ohio and Pennsylvania, take an old tire and run studs through them. Just like the guys who ice race. I actually got them from those guys, and I rode on ice and everything. And you watch those guys. First time I went, I never even heard about it. And this was in the '80s. This was in maybe '85 or '86, and the guy from work. I went to work, and then they sent us home because there was uh, something happened with the gas main around, was leaking bad, and they said, "Hey, you guys got to get out of here." One of the guys that was putting curbs in or something, he hit a gas line. They thought it was supposed to be so deep, but because the ground had been scraped off to do the gravel and concrete, he hit it. So they sent us all home, and on the way home, my buddy said, "Hey, why don't we just go to the ice races?" And I'm like, "What ice races?" He says, "Follow me." And man, these guys were on like dirt bikes, and they were flying around this lake. I mean, flying. Like those mud trackers that put their foot down, and they were on spikes. I said, "Oh man, I got to get some of that." Yeah, I can't see that. It's moving along pretty quick today. Yeah, we walk every day, 3, 4 times a day. I'm not kidding you. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna walk anymore tonight. I went ahead. I don't know what I did today, but just getting older, I guess. I got up. I got like a Charlie horse in my rib. Never had a Charlie horse there in the muscle right over the left ribs here. It's like holy mackerel, and the dang thing lasted for the longest time. And now I got to be real careful because it keeps feeling like it wants to come back. So, bummer. Hey Ken, how you doing, buddy? You know what? If I had the cash, I would absolutely get a tricycle for this machine right now. Then I don't care if there's snow on the ground. I'd be riding, and then I could put Maddie inside the sidecar, and they got snaps on a lot of these I've seen where he could pull a big shield over top of him, And I would love to have a sidecar for him. I would love to cruise around here. We don't go real fast or anything like that anyway. I don't really worry about cutting in through the traffic or anything like that, especially on this bike, being that it's water cooled. And we had a really good ride on Thanksgiving. Since then, we really haven't ridden. So yeah, I had spec'd out that tricycle for just exactly what I wanted, and that was a damn good tricycle. I put the nice lights on it, and I did a lot of stuff to that bike, to that tricycle. Yeah, good thing you got it in a storage facility, or the family would take it and just trash the hell out of it. I saw a dang video of guys riding on the highway on a Filipino trike going over a bridge in San Francisco. So I don't know about that because you're nowhere near keeping up with the speed, but that 650 out there, I'm sure it would easily keep up with the sidecar. We don't really go that, when Maddie and I ride, we don't really go that fast. We're real careful when we ride. And he just digs it. I mean, he's always hounding to go. He wants to ride, and I want to ride too. And I like to have him with me, so he can look around. Compared to the Philippines, this is really nice. Somebody was asking me, is there homeless, around here, and I was thinking, in the cold weather, that's why they're out in California. But no, they have different towns that are homeless. But I went up through Cleveland and I took a ride right into downtown and just drove around the seats. I didn't see any garbage. I was actually kind of impressed because when I was very young, when my son was born, if you put him in the car and took him for a drive, he'd fall asleep. Just the craziest thing. And it was late, didn't have work the next day. I said, let's take a ride. So we went to Akron, and I was so surprised how clean Akron was. I was like, man, this is really clean. In our city, Cleveland was kind of dingy. It wasn't like people were just throwing everything everywhere, but the wind would blow stuff up if they didn't have anybody actively cleaning it and stuff like that. So that's the way that went. But when I went through this last time, it's pretty clean. It looks pretty good. The streets seem more fixed up than they used to be. I remember some of the roads you couldn't even drive on them. Now they're getting the roads fixed up, and it's pretty nice. Ricky Slugger. Okay, that's the view deleted message. Let's go ahead and take care of this right now. Yeah, we don't need this guy. I don't need people making up lies. Yeah, it's really, really a shame when you get that on there, but we had some pretty good riding in. Right now we're not doing a whole bunch of anything right now. We've just been doing the school, walking around. We're gonna have to get out and shoot his BB gun a little more. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, those Valkyries are real nice. They got all kinds of balls too around. Yeah, I actually rode on one of them. It's just it's a Goldwing, but it's a souped up Goldwing without all the crap on it. I'd hate to see tipping over a damn Goldwing and you'd have to go call a boom truck to lift it up. I mean, I imagine it'd be really hard to pick one of them up. This dang 650, the way the weight is and as tall as it is, the ground clearance on it's huge. It would be pretty hard. But I ordered my oil for it. I'm gonna do that change. I'm gonna, it calls for 1040, and I'm gonna go ahead and put 1030 in it for the winter time. And the synthetic. It'll be synthetic, that way that stuff flows really good. Because I'm going to ride this winter. We get a lot of snow in Cleveland, and one thing they know how to do here they get the roads cleared. Not so much the side streets, but your main roads are cleared up and usually dry pretty quickly. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, they just sent me another weather advisory. Maddie, it's still raining outside, right? He's gonna check for me. No, I'll just go with the AMSL. I had to buy
No.
I had to go ahead and buy Mobile One this time because they were out of the 1030. They had 1040 AMS oil for the motorcycle. And you guys got to remember too, never put energy conserving car oil in a motorbike.
It's not raining.
Okay, cool. Because what happens is your clutch will just start slipping, you know, because they put molybdenum in, not molybdenum, was it? Yeah, I think it's molybdenum in there. And that makes the cars go good, but the transmission's got its own fluid. Well, a wet clutch in a motorcycle, you put regular stuff. It has to be 4T, they call it, specifically for a motorcycle. Hey, Florida man, how you doing? What's your temperature down there, where you're at? If you're in Florida, well, you're Florida man. I'm assuming you're in Florida right now. Me, I definitely, you know, I'm pretty much convinced that I'm going to have to go from this area and head down south when my lease is up here, because this is just this weather's just cooking my back. So yeah, 70 degrees, cool. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I was talking to Dorothy the other day. Moo was still sleeping. Talked to her for a little bit, and they were at 78 degrees. Yeah, I like that AMS oil. Vero Beach. Hey Craig, how you doing? Well, too many of the damn ultra liberals are moving down to these areas. Look what happened in Texas. Everybody headed to Texas. Now they're turning into a bastion of liberals, and they're voting the same way as they did in California. And then what is it? Butthead down there, the governor. They're talking about him wanting to run for president. And how could anyone in their right mind even think of him? You know, like when these corporations, when they say, okay, we're going to hire Lee Iacocca because he did all this and he did all that and he's a great guy and he really knows his stuff. How can they talk saying, okay, we want to run Gavin Newsom for president because he basically destroyed California? You know, is this their game plan? It's terrible. So I don't get it. You know, I watched this thing. I got news feeds on the channel, and I watch some of the stuff that's going on. North Florida line in Alabama. There you go. Oh, that's Ronald's. Okay. Hard to read without my glasses, but they've got too much glare on them. Been seeing so many squirrels out lately. I went over on the tracks and was going through there. There's no big trees over there, but I did see a lot of squirrels kind of around there, and boy, I sure would like to get some of them and make some damn squirrel gravy. That would be something. We had our Thanksgiving dinner, and it was pretty damn good. It was really good. Yeah, Paulie, it's a shame, and then they're gonna vote the same way. They're gonna vote liberal because they said, well, it just didn't work in California because we didn't vote for enough of them. So we're gonna go down to a conservative state and we're gonna just vote all those conservatives out. We'll fix it there until they rape it, basically, pillage and plunder, and then they'll move on somewhere else and do it again. So, hey, Sean, how you doing, buddy? But yeah, that's a bummer. Well, I'll tell you what, they got a lot of this. What they need to do is start calling these not undocumented workers, call them illegals, like what they are. Matty. His name is Matthew. The reason why it comes up sometimes on my feed, Matty, when I say Matty, it spells it that way when I do Messenger or anything like that. Because I got that little, what is it, Google thing that I can talk to the phone and it'll type it. I had a Samsung one that was absolutely terrible. I'd spend more time fixing the words, and then I went back to the Google one and it seems to work a lot better. But it spells his name Matty, Maddy. But yeah, he's my little buddy. He's a pretty good kid. We're getting more and more chores for him to do, so around here, and he's getting them done. He's got school. He's doing the schoolwork good. Well, something is just like the illegals. When they see these libs come, they need to go chase them out too. Go back to where you came from and fix your state you're in. That's where what really pisses me off in this country is these people, their country's just terrible, and they're going to come here and just suck off the damn teat until this country's dry. And I laugh at that New York guy. He said, "Oh, we're a sanctuary city. Come on." Now they're broke. He's even coming back and saying, "Hey, screw that." And they're coming from all over the world, not just Mexico and Guatemala and all this. But see, Mexico, there's some royal ass pricks. They're letting them through. They could stop them at their border, and you wouldn't have hardly any of them coming. But no, they let them come through. I don't get the deal. Somebody sent me some pictures of it was in Arizona where they're leaving all their filth and their crud all over. Yeah, that's just China. They put their operatives all over the damn place. They always have though, and this country's stupid enough to take them. I tell you what, the way they do the taxes with them and they give them a free ride. I personally think like the Philippines. Philippines charges 100% import tax on anything coming from the U.S. And then we don't charge them a damn thing, and they send us all their shirts and they send us all the stuff they make, and they absolutely pay no taxes on it. I'd hit them right back with the same thing. You give us 100% tax, we're going to put 100% tax on your crap. And I personally don't care. I really don't care. I'm lived in the Philippines long enough to know that these people running the show are just nothing but a bunch of greedy bastards is what they are. They're just terrible people. Yeah, I saw a lot of people from Senegal. They had a guy, I don't know if he was a sheriff or what, but he was asking all these guys sitting on the ground where they were coming from. And there was a lot of them from Senegal. What the hell are they doing? They had to get all the way over to Mexico to get in the country. So how'd they get there? They got money or something. Somebody's putting them up. Maybe Soros is paying. I remember before when they had all these, they called them migrants that were coming over the border, and you'd see some woman that was good 350 pounds. She had white tennis shoes, a cell phone, and she never walked that far. She did not. She was clean as could be. They put them on a damn bus. Okay, what we got here? Yeah, them dang guys or something. But now I'm hearing that Trump is talking about booting them out. Same thing like Eisenhower did with Operation Wetback. And he cleared them out. Now his was for a different reason. He said, hey, we got to have the jobs for the returning servicemen. And they went through and just cleaned house and put them all back over the border. Well, I could see, hey, let's do it again. Do it again right now. You know, it's like the little kids. And what really kills me with these young kids, you have to learn how to work. And nobody's going to pay you big dollars. I started out at a couple bucks an hour. You know, I wasn't getting paid anything. First, they want to see if you're worth it. And these kids, they need to, you know, go through a job or two to learn how to work. Well, how can you do that when some foreigner is taking your job from you that'll work for next to nothing? Hey, Athena, how you doing? And they'll work for damn nothing, and these kids can't get a job. They think I'm going to start a job at $15 an hour. Well, who the hell would ever give a punk kid $15 an hour? He doesn't know anything, and a lot of the kids coming out of the schools right now, guys, my goodness, they're eggheads. Nice. Okay. I'm not worried about that, Sean. I'm not going to be buying a black sheet. I got a green screen over there. I went ahead and made up my mind when it was going to cost, they said 700 something to 800 and some dollars to move all that furniture from Strongsville from the motel. And it's just been dragging on since we've been here. We got here in August, and it was going to be end of August, and end of September, end of October, then it was end of November. Now it's January. You know, I just gave up on it. I took the money, the $1,000 I had put away. I had been talking to some of my buddies about the computers, and I got one buddy who's a computer geek. I mean, he's a fix-em-up repairman, and he's been in the computers since he was young, probably 30 years now. And he told me what I need, I don't need. I spec'd a computer out in the Philippines, and I sent that to him. You don't need all that. He says, you don't need any of that. He goes, that's for something else. Like if you're gonna, program a game or something. So, okay, hang on a second here. It's jumping up pretty fast. Yeah, I hate to see these guys again. You know, they hear something from this guy. It's like this fellow's some kind of god or something that, you know, everybody believes every word the guy says, and it really ticks me off. You know, I don't know why you got to get people that'll just, you know, they have to get on to somebody else so that they feel better about themselves. All right, here we go. Wait a minute. We got to just end this guy. Yeah, we'll just end him. Yeah, it's terrible, terrible what these guys do, and then they come and hit a channel that's not like that at all, and it's a little bit aggravating if you ask me. I get so sick of these guys. You know, I was brought up and taught where if you don't have anything nice to say about somebody, don't say anything. I know that's real hard to do, but when you get these guys that are, you know, mentally defective, they can't help it. They look around to do it, and then they make things up. And what they don't realize, it's actually liable. You know, you can't get sued for liable if it's the truth. But if it's not the truth and they can't prove it, that's called liable. And just not too cool. Very, very rotten that they do that. Yeah, a lot of them do it though. It's really terrible. I see it on other channels too. How somebody gets on there and trolls the hell out of them. That one channel in the Philippines, what the hell was his name? It was something travels, and I watched his channel because he was pretty interesting, and he was just telling about where he was going, what he was doing, and I kind of liked the channel, And then he got hit too. And all of a sudden, he's just an old pervert. He got kicked out of the country and all this kind of stuff. And this guy's like, what the hell are you talking about? And he just kept engaging with this, I call him Ricky Bobby. And that was it. He just said, you know what? I ain't doing this. And his channel got shut. He just shut it down. And he was almost ready to have 1,000 subs. Now they sent me a dang thing on my studio saying that you're going to get your money. And it was pretty substantial. It was over $3,000. And they said, of course, minus taxes and all this stuff. And they said, you're going to get it between the 21st and the 26th. Well, what do we got today? It's the 26th today, I believe. And so far, nothing. I haven't gotten a dime yet. So I don't know what's up with them. You can't reply to the thing they sent me. When I hit reply, it says this is an unanswerable thing on there. So. Well, they owe me quite a bit of money. Yeah, they'll just make something up. Your little dog, I watched you give him the bath today, and that dog was digging that. You could just tell. She wasn't minding that at all. But they'll do that. There was one in, it was somebody here in southern Ohio that took care of horses. It was a woman that took care of horses, and she had different videos of what they were doing with the horse and how they had to fix it up because it got something wrong with its stomach. And the trolls just hit the hell out of her. So that's a real bummer. Yeah, but Soggy Doggy. Actually, today was the first time I believe she could be called Soggy Doggy. Yeah, well, they did that when I was in the Philippines, and then they said they put money into the account, and this was way back, and it never went in there. They said, "Oh no, we put it in," and the AdSense never went in there. Okay. We're getting fast on the draw. Get rid of them as quick as they come. Yeah, you can even kind of tell these guys by their name. It's a shame that a lot of these guys come. Hey, Wes, how you doing, buddy? It's our Nicaraguan connection. They go into the countries and they give all the expats a bad name, because all they're doing is banging all the chicks and telling them they love them and flashing their money around. There's my little buddy.
Hello.
Well, that's their thing. If you would probably get to know these guys, you probably just wouldn't want anything to do with them. And they do get these chicks. I mean, they put it all over their vlog, on that kind of stuff. And I'm like, why would you do that? And the one fellow, that girl definitely didn't look like she was 18 years old. Yeah, I got that last one pretty quick. Yeah. I'm just gonna have to do that. When I first started this, I never wanted to kick anyone off if they wanted to make a comment or something. But this is, if they want to have a conversation with me about something I don't believe in, they believe a certain way and I believe a certain way, and I can understand their point. I'll go back and forth with them. But when somebody comes out straight out with out and out lies, and then they got their ad hominems and all this kind of stuff, bye. Yeah, that's probably it, Ronald. It's a shame. It's a royal damn shame. Yeah, we might actually do a walk later after the live goes, Maddie.
Maybe.
Because since it's not raining, I didn't want to go out in the rain because I have a real good raincoat, but Maddie doesn't. He doesn't have a real good raincoat yet, and it's just I can't I can't seem to find a good one. You go to Walmart and they're garbage. A lot of that stuff's made in China, and it won't hold up. You know, it's just not going to hold up. I want a big one that he could just throw over the top. And you know, these things they're just crappy. If you look how they're stitched and everything, I'm like, man, I'm not paying the money. And I know they had a thing with Carhartt that they went. What are they? You know, when they went with the masking and all that kind of stuff, somebody said, "Oh yeah, you need to boycott them." I'll boycott them when somebody makes something as good. I've never seen anybody make jackets as good as Carhartt. I've been wearing them 40, 50 years. Hey, there you are, buddy. He's watching the channel.
I'm watching your live.
There you go, buddy. There you go. Yeah, I haven't watched Tim K in a long time. It's been quite a while. You know, I've seen people give him a hard time too. You know, there's a lot of them. They just give people a hard time just because they got nothing better to do. And it's a shame. Me, I do like to get on, like when Maddie's in school, I will get on YouTube and catch up on my channels. And I have a list in there of all my channels. And I was unsubbed from a lot of guys. I was thinking I was just getting picked on for being unsubbed. No. I went through, and what it does, it'll have like a little bell. And then I have the cross in it because I don't want notifications. I want the quiet ones, you know, where it just pops up on top of the phone, and then I can go check them out. But it said subscribe on a whole bunch of them that I had been watching. I had to go resubscribe. Hey, Maddie.
Yeah?
Thina said hi. Why don't you come on wave and say howdy?
I'm watching it live.
You can see the live.
Wait, I'll probably like.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't touch anything. Stick your head in there. Say hi. Wave.
Hello.
Wait a minute. You got to put the words on.
I did.
Oh, put them on. Here. Let's see. Sal. Where's Sal? Oh, Sal. There you are, buddy.
There, I sent it.
Oh, there you go. There's
Yeah.
Maddie. Maddie sent me one. Hi, handsome.
I'm watching the live.
Okay, very good. They're really picking him up on his English reading. Oh, I bet it is, Wes. They're picking him up very good on his English reading, and he's picking out words on the thing, and he's getting the understanding of a lot of the words now. You know, because I'll ask you, you know what that means? And, you know, he's 9 times out of 10, he's popping up correctly. So they're doing a pretty good job with their phonics things down there, because it just, you know, they moved him back a grade. And then even when he was back a grade, they said, look, he's just not up to snuff. And I said, yeah, I know, because they don't really teach English in the Philippines, and what English they do teach is wrong because it's not a native speaker. I don't blame the Filipinos, you know, but that's just the way it is. So now they're really working on him. So, 81 degrees, yeah. Well, we're a little bit nippy, and now they're talking about, you know, down into the 30s again. The one day we were out, it was 32 degrees when I went out the door, and then there was no frost coming out of my mouth. I noticed it on the little video I made, that last one where we walked around outside. But we've been going for walks just around the parking lot. We just got to be careful with the leaves in the parking lot and the wet with Maddie on his bike. But we got him I got him 2 of the things. There was a buy one, get one on these little battery lights. And they plug in with a little charger from like a cell phone charger. And even though they're out in the cold, they're working good. We've gone for what, five rides on the bike, and those lights are still working? Good?
Oh, you mean my bike?
Yeah. Yeah, they're still pretty bright.
7.
Yeah, they're still pretty bright. All right, Greg. And so I got them 2 headlights on the handlebars, and then we got 2 tail lights, and we put them on the flickering. And I wish I could put the picture up here. It doesn't allow me to do pictures here, I don't think. Yeah, it just says share, so I don't think that's pictures. But I took a picture of it outside at night. It's on one of my vlogs I did. I put it at the tail end. I might put it on the front of the next one, because boy, it just lit him up really good. Because he does, I'm walking, and I tell him, don't just ride your bike right on me. Go ride all the way to the end. Well, Athena, I worked at the call center for years, and the problem was, oh wait, yeah, if I could find one. There's Wes. I didn't see any thing. That would be a good thing for him to have. Me too. But like I knew plenty of them. They'd say, "This is thick and this is thin," and that was what is ingrained with them in their mind since they were little. And when you start making a sentence and you get one word wrong, it changes the meaning of the sentence. And we ran into that so much at the call center. It got to the point where the Indian guy who used to do the hiring, we had to let a lot of people go because they were just getting such bad numbers because people were getting frustrated with them. And so we let them go. That was my favorite line. It was with Arno and Ray Don Chong, and he's holding Matrix up by the ankle over this big chasm hundreds of feet down, and he says, "Sorry, remember when I told you I would kill you last?" And he goes, yeah, Matrix, I remember that. And he lets him go. He said, "I lied." And then he goes back to the girl. She says, "Oh, what'd you do with Sally?" He says, "I let him go." You gotta love Arnold for that stuff. But I'll tell you what, he's a nut though. I mean, he's an actual, he's like a super nut when he was doing this stuff. Screw your rights. You know something? Bullshit. That pissed me off about him. I don't even want to look at the guy anymore. Screw your rights. That's all we got. That's all we stinking got around here is our rights, so we don't get trampled all over by a bunch of tyrants. And he's telling us to screw it. And they're going to do a damn medical experiment on us, whether we like it or not. What the heck country did he come? Did they do that in his country? Wherever the hell he came from? I don't know. Yeah, Ronald, it is a pretty nice bike. We're keeping an eye on, my neighbor used to build them, and we're keeping an eye on the bolts and stuff. Nothing's really coming loose except that dang plastic one on top. I'm not kidding you. That damn thing, we found that it was loose the one day. So every time we go to take it, I go ahead and put my hand on it, tighten it a little bit. And I think what's going to happen, we'll go down to the bike shop one day, we get a nice day, and see if they'll swap it out for a metal one. Well, he was also with that, what the hell's her name? Shriver. The Shriver family, and that's Kennedy's and stuff. And some of them are super liberal. Yeah, he was. He did some good stuff he did some good stuff on there, but he's a Green New Dealer. You start looking at people are starting to wake up on this green stuff. Nobody wants the damn things. They pollute the hell out of the landscape. They dig up. It's terrible. Let's see. Yeah, Taylor Swift. They're I don't know. They're just little foot soldiers for these liberals. They're really pushing this stuff, and they're gonna, that like this last one that really kind of torqued me off. They had, I don't know, it was hundreds of thousands of ballots that were not even folded, that were all straight Democrat ticket, and so they're hey, we got you on this one. We need those. Oh, we lost them. Sorry, we don't have them. So they're cheated before. I think they're going to cheat again, but I believe it's going to be much harder for them to cheat again. Oh, I don't know where that can went, because there's going to be an overwhelming number of people, because you hear people talking about this. The one thing I really hate and is that they pushed this abortion thing through. I remember talking to my brother that the Republicans didn't put any money into it in the state of Ohio, and he's in the know, so I'm sure he's right. And but I think it goes even deeper than that. They put that stupid dope, marijuana dope thing on the ballot too. So what happened was you got bunch of these little college students and to go down and vote. Well, they want the abortion, so they went down there and voted for their dope, and then they voted for the abortion thing too, and it won by 1,000,000. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And I was listening to some fellows out talking in the lobby. There's some young guys live upstairs, and they'll come down the lobby and sit and chit chat with their friends and have coffee and stuff like that. And I'm hanging around with Maddie because he was checking all the boxes in that mailroom. There must have been about 50 boxes, and we were expecting a package. And they were talking about saying, I don't vote. I got my registration card because at the college, if you have it, that you get some kind of brownie points or something. Hey, Cooking Show, Nita, how you doing? Yeah, we got a few people here. 29 at Sand. I think I'm gonna keep doing those little tiny short things they call it, and let you know when it's gonna be. But this seems to be the best time, 6 p.m. on a Sunday, and I'll do that then. I really didn't have a whole lot to go on tonight, but it kind of rolls off of what you guys talking about. So, and my little buddy, he's being really nice and quiet. He even shut the TV off so we don't get copyrighted for something stupid. I did see a dang thing on there where there's a thing that says if you put something on the channel, you can put it through the site first, and it'll tell you if it's copyrighted. So we're doing pretty good, Nita. We're doing all right. My boy loves it here. Hey, Maddie.
Yeah.
You want to go back to the Philippines?
No.
No. That's a quick answer as you're going to get. It's like, nope. Yeah. Do you miss your brothers and sister?
Not really.
Not really. Yeah. I think he does, though. But, he's going to have a lot better chance. I would love to have the other ones here, too. They would thrive here and do much better. But it's not up to me. It's just not up to me, and that's a real shame. It shouldn't be that way. Well, that's good. I'm glad, Nita, that you watch them. Heck, it's been the last, I don't know, way over a month or something. I wasn't putting too many out, one every 4 or 5 days, sometimes a week. Because there isn't a whole lot going on like there was in the Philippines. And, just with him, and it basically he comes home, we eat, we got homework, we just go for walks and stuff. So. Yeah, that's for sure, Paulie. Yeah, you get these dang libs. They're not. You hear them talking about atheists, that they're atheists all the time. Well, I personally think that's a religion in and of itself. For those guys, but well, I don't know. You don't know that woman like I do. So I believe they're just a tool. That's all they are. So, and I have no plans of, absolutely zero plans of going back. I did renew my passport. It was getting ready to come up because now you need a passport to go up through Canada now, which is a real bummer. And I would like to take him up to the reservation and all that. Okay. Let's see. I'm not understanding. I can't support anyone. I can't view the channel. I don't know. Oops. Oh, come on. Yeah, Canada's pretty cool. I hate the dang guy they got in there now. I watched the back and forth in the House of Commons with that the opposition guy. He's pretty sharp. And then when you listen to Trudeau talk, it's like weird. It's like, and well, I got the you know, it's so weird. Well, it's 10 years old. And Dorothy's already 10, but she ain't gonna be allowed to. Yeah, we definitely, I'd like to go up there and go to the reservation. My family comes from the Mohawks of Kanawaki Reservation. It's just short of going to Montreal in Quebec. Oh, wow, that's going fast. Yeah, we used to go up there. My aunt and uncle had a couple apartment buildings. One of them in Dorval, and I forget what the other one. I don't know if it was part of Greater Montreal or not. We'd go up there and always stay with them. They were right by the Dorval Airport, and they had a phone years ago. We had a phone put in there, and when you pick up the phone, there's no dialer on it. It looks like a regular wall phone, but the dialer's like got a plastic cover on it. And it says if you need a room, and it rings straight to their place, and he would get people coming in. He didn't like the Chinese though, because whenever I was there, we would always help them clean up. When somebody be there for a week or a month or something, they rent by the day if you want, by the week, by the month, and they'd be in there for a day. And my goodness, the Chinese would just trash the places, especially the kitchen with all the grease. They fry everything, and they'd have grease all over the walls. Got to the point where my uncle said, if they're going to rent them a room, they take one of the old stoves and the old fridge, and they'll put it in there. And then when they leave, they just throw them out. That's how bad they were. Yeah, I tried for all the different benefits. I have a card up in my wallet too, and it's about worthless. It's like my white privilege card. It ain't worth crap. But that's the way she goes. Yeah, I remember years ago when the Iroquois were saying, let's see, man. All right, Paulie, we'll check you later, buddy. Keep them pizza ones coming. We just got a pizza. I threw the box away. I was going to tell you what the pizza was, but it was this like a deep dish job. It came in its own container that you cooked it in, and it was called the Super Pepperoni. I can't remember the company's name though, and they didn't spare anything. Now it was a little bit more expensive than the other ones. Hey Maddie, did you like that pizza we had last time?
Which one?
That last one we had.
The thick one?
Yeah, the thick
I
one.
like that one better.
Yeah, we both liked it. Now the crust was real thick, but they had the seasonings on it. They put it down on the crust, and it looked like they put butter. May have been oil, I don't know. But we splurge every now and do that. But it was absolutely a fantastic pizza. I was surprised Maddie ate half of it. It was pretty big. Let's see. Yeah, I got a white privilege card here. Tropical Tim gave it to me. I see different times on YouTube where people are trying to sell theirs, hardly used. You know, have my white privilege card because it hadn't done a damn thing for anybody. But I like this area up here. Uh, let's see. Yeah, Santa living in the Philippines. I watched him. Yeah, I think he is kind of a liberal guy, but I talked to him for a while on Messenger, but he was having troubles and stuff, and I lost touch with him. But you know, he did have a pretty nice house that he bought farm. He moved out to his farm and all that. Yeah, there was a lot of channels that I was watching, but I lost them. They changed their name. A lot of guys will change their channel name, and then it disappears from mine, and then I go looking for it, and I couldn't find them. Yeah, I agree with you there, Wes. That's for sure. But you do have to have a passport. I looked up a line. You have to have a passport, or you have to have a little passport ID that you get from the government just to travel. Well, there's some real freedom for you there. You know what I mean? You gotta have all this stuff. Yeah, he's our buddy in Nicaragua. How long are you gonna be there yet, Wes? Hey, handsome. My beautiful little boy. Yeah, we actually got our Christmas tree and put it up.
Yay.
One of the strings of lights is out, and I went through it the other day and tested the fuses. They work. I don't have a tester here anymore because I left it with Wes. So I just took those fuses out of the other fuse holder, put them in that, and the lights came back on. So then I went ahead and put those fuses in there, and I started going bulb to bulb, and went through the whole string. Couldn't find anything wrong with it. And the way they got it's pre-lit, so they have it wrapped up kind of on the metal, and I can't get them to work. Oh, there goes the phone. You can grab that for you. Oh yeah, no, yeah. Well, it was just time to go. It was, I'm retired, and I was just getting way too many way too many headaches. I even said it in some of the vlogs. If it would have just been the Lipa area and buying a fixer-upper house and sitting in traffic an hour to go 2 kilometers, I could have lived it. But when I had the same thing at home, just the constant bitching, I couldn't take it. I just couldn't take it anymore. That was just it. I mean, I put up with that for years and years, long before I ever got to Lipa, and I just couldn't take it anymore. It's somebody who says they love you don't do that to you. So that's the way that went. It's a shame, beautiful girl, but very, very much a shame. I'll get you back in search live a message. Let's see, this would be Maddie's. I'll just put hi on there.
You want to put my
Expat returns. I got Maddie's little picture on there. I'm going to switch to that channel. Switch over to that one because that's the way they said they get the money. I was supposed to get it. They said it'll be in your account, and I got rid of the Filipino account. And I thought, okay. So, but it hasn't come. Now it who knows? Might be there right now. I don't know. I'll have to check again and find out. But it's a lot. Somebody said they're going to take probably a third in taxes, and so that'll bring it down to 2,000 and some. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll be honest with you. I'm glad to be back. I really am. I got so sick of getting hounded for money by people that I hardly even knew. I actually got funny and went into the bank one time and I asked the bank girl, she had uh, loan papers and stuff. I said, hey, can I have a few more of them? Just for my records and maybe in case if I mess up. And she, yeah, sure. So she gave me about 10 of them. Every time they'd ask me for money, I'd hand them one of them applications and tell them, look, I'm not a bank, but these guys are really good, and borrow money from them. And the other thing was, they never pay you back. They tell you what good buddies they are, yours and all that, but you're never going to see a dime from it. Yeah, we're definitely a lot better. There's not the stress here. Oh, Wes, the white privilege card, yeah. Uh, Maddie, oh, you want to go up on top of the fridge and go inside, and there's a zipper wallet on the left-hand side in the cabinet.
Oh.
Inside the cabinet, there's a zippered wallet that's it's like a credit card wallet. I'll show you in a minute here, Wes. That was the other thing in the Philippines was you're a second-class citizen. There's just you're never going to be given the rights. After Duterte went through there, when you were an American, boy, you were like a rock star. Well, after he went through, nope, that was ended. Now, Maddie's going to, it's on the left-hand side there, Maddie. It's a black one with a zipper. Is that got a zip? Yeah, that one. Thanks, buddy. Bring it over. I got it in my wallet for. Let's see. I don't know why this stupid chat keeps disappearing.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, let's see the white privilege card. I know I put it in here. Holy crap. I wonder why it's not in there. It's got to be in here. There it is, right there. Let's see if you can see that. White privilege card. And okay, I'll see if you can read that. I'll try to hold it real steady. Oh, that's a little. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I was saying earlier, though, here, in this town, there's a lot of white folks and black folks and stuff, and we all mixed in here, and I'll tell you what, I haven't ran into anybody who wasn't nice. There's one guy here that you could see just by the way he dresses and holds his face that he's definitely a weirdo. Well, we finally passed him on the sidewalk and said, "Hey, how you doing, neighbor?" And he just, I think he's touched a little bit. Something wrong. It's actually just a joke card. But it does say on here, let's see, it says, this card grants bearers happiness and success because of the color of your skin and not the choices you make that determine your abilities to be successful. And they tell you this stuff that, you're privileged, but yet they got affirmative action and you get screwed. I remember when I worked over to college, when the new semester would start, you'd see all these people coming in, like depressed. They're Mexicans and some black folks, and I don't know, from different countries, and they come in, and of course you can spot them because they all got brand new clothes. They get money from the government, and you go to school so they can get them off the dole. and they just start dwindling down to nothing. Let's see here. Yeah. I got my Indian card in here somewhere. I'm gonna put my name on. I'll put my finger over the name and part of the number. That's my Indian card right there. You can see I looked a little bit different back in 95, didn't I? But that's my card right there. It's Mohawks of Kanawaki. Never did a damn thing for me though. But yeah, I keep all this stuff. I got IDs. I still got my original driver's license from way back in the 70s. And then I had a military license. I have that yet. Yeah, Wes, I don't know. They did send me a thing on my studio saying that they were going to send the money, and they had the amount in there, and it said minus taxes, and it would be here between the 21st and the 26th, which is today. And guess what? Nothing went in my account, and I had went to AdSense and wiped off the old accounts, removed them, and then I put my account here. I gave them the one account. And that all went through, changed the address. I did all kinds of stuff. And they said, yeah, okay, we're going to send you money. You got that all done? Great. And they said, oh, yeah, you got to get your PIN thing and all that stuff. Well, I got that years ago. And then I remember they put $295 in my account in the Philippines that never got there. And that was a dollar and peso. So if somebody put dollars in the account, they would just convert it. Of course, they'd rip you off, though. You know, at the time, I think it was like 53, and they would give you 48. So, let's see. Yeah, it would be nice to get that, though, because right now I can't believe some of the deals there are on cars. Just walking around here, you see for sale signs in these neighborhoods back here, and they're not wanting much for them. And I got a garage now. I was thinking, man, if I could pick one up now, I could just back her in the garage and leave her sit, you know, and still keep looking. I know Wes told me about the General, and I went ahead and did another search. Yeah, I won't know that. But I keep checking up. I got online and just went to a lot of them, put my information in there, and then I get the cheapest I found. The absolute cheapest I found, I think, was from the General, was $356 a month. You know, that's like for a teenager. And I actually got one that was 600 and something a month. You know, and I've never, you know, I don't have bad things on my license. It's just I didn't have a license to give them. It expired. My California license expired. So, but yeah, it's I don't know, 3,700 bucks already. Because this is how many years have I been doing this? It's been, I don't know, way back when I was living in Carmona when we first got the car. So that was 2019. 2021, so it's just short of 5 years, and you know, I had got 1,000 very quickly. It just went real quick, and you know, that's just how it went. It's a real shame, but what's that there, Nilla? What do you mean a tax holding? I don't get that. Yeah, they're gonna take the taxes out of it. I know that. in YouTube. I don't know anything about that. I've never seen anything on that at all. Nothing on a tax holding. But they have my number, Social Security number. Yeah, they're not giving you anything now. I'm lucky if I get maybe $5 to $10 a month now. It's just not happening. And I was actually thinking, I took it off for a while. Okay, I'm going to demonetize myself, turn that stuff off. But they still show all the stupid commercials. So they're still making money. So I turned it back on, and I thought, but I don't think they're probably never going to give me the money. That's like on my lives and stuff. Folks sent money, and I'm like, yeah, that's all been done, Anita. All of that. I did completely around on all that. Google and everything. It's all changed now. I did that when I was at the motel in July. Now, I knew the place I was going to, and I was just waiting on the apartment, so I didn't put an apartment number. I just put this place for the address. And then since then, I added the apartment number. But the mailman knows me now. He goes, any mail that comes here, I know you already. He says, you're the guy who always says hi, and he even is, a lot of times, instead of going over to the lock boxes, because I have a hard time reaching the bottom ones, and I just can't bend over anymore. And he'll just, as he's coming past to put them in the boxes, he'll bang on the door and just give me the package. Real nice fella. Wolf strike. Yeah, I got it when the laptop comes. They said it could take, they had free shipping on it. And then if you wanted to get it, I think it was in 10 days, it was $9.99. If you wanted to get it in 6 days, it was $24. It just had all these prices on it. And so I just, heck with that, Yeah, the postman Mike here, super nice guy. Boy, he's really something. Okay, I'm Phil. I didn't even know you was there. I must have missed you. Yeah, must buys it. Yeah, I might get the money. All right, Phil. Good you popped in. I remember when I first started doing lives, I was getting, man, hundreds of folks. Hundreds. I wound up going back on a lot of the old lives and just putting them on private so YouTube doesn't strike me again. They were on a strike crazy thing against me there for a while. And the thing that really pisses me off about YouTube is they don't tell you why. They don't tell you what you did. They could say, oh, you said this at minute 3:48, so you can go look at it and then not do it again. But no, they just block the whole video, and you have no recourse. You can go ahead and say, oh, I want to, I forget what they call it, but you have them recheck it, and pretty much every time they said, nope, you did it. And I had one time I was off for 30 days. It's just crazy. That's when I had the other channel going. So the Al Gore Beaks channel, and I did the vlogs and lives over there, but not too many people knew about them because those never got any big numbers. I don't think I ever got over 100 of people watching them. Well, I was going to do another thing about dangers to expats in the Philippines. And one of the main things you have to understand in the Philippines, we had somebody here got into distress. I don't know what happened to him. I asked a little lady over there, and she said she was having a hard time breathing. And the ambulance came. They had the oxygen on her. They put her in the gurney, all strapped her in, and they had her in that thing and was gone in no time. And she's back. So I guess they fixed her up. That's not going to happen in the Philippines. It's just not. Your best bet is to try to get a tricycle to take you there. If they do send an ambulance, it's twice as long, and with the traffic. And they have a thing called a golden hour when you're in distress. If you have like a heart attack or a stroke, Yeah, you're never going to get to a hospital in your golden hour, because if you do, when you get there, if it happens at night, the doctor might be at home. And instead of when you call them, calling the doctor, they wait to assess you and then they call the doctor, and it might take him an hour to get there. Because most of these guys, they all are co-owners of these hospitals, and they don't have anybody on standby, and there's no triage or there and was trauma center or anything like that. Now you can get them now if you're down in Manila or something, but there ain't no way in a million years I would ever want to live there. Okay, I'm back again. Yeah, our internet's going to start doing stupid crap again. But yeah, you have to be real careful if you got any kind of health problems. I would not recommend coming here. If you're going to do a visit and stay in the big cities where they got hospitals, might be better. But one thing here too is if an ambulance is going down the road, they don't really have anybody who knows what they're doing. They're not really trained. They're just a couple guys that were orderlies or something, or janitors, and they say, hey, you got to jump on the ambulance and go there, go get this guy. They throw you in an L300, and you're not really strapped in. You're laying on the floor, and then nobody gets out of the way of the ambulances. And I understand why. There was a dang ambulance cut through where we were, got in the oncoming lane, and people were following him. And I stayed in the traffic. I wasn't going to do that. And when I got up, you know what? A whole bunch of them jumped out, and they went into the chicken place for lunch. And they had their lights and siren on. So they abuse that, but nobody gets out of their way. So that's definitely one of the things too, that if you've got any kind of health problems, and you never know when you're going to get a major event in your lifetime. You just don't know. It's funny, but in my lifetime, I had a buddy that was like 35 years old, and he was talking to his wife on the phone, had a heart attack, and died. He's like, oh, call an ambulance, and boom, that was it. That was all she wrote. And by the time they got him into and that was here in the States, by the time they got him in the ambulance, got him in the hospital, there was just no saving the poor guy. It just blocked him up too much. So he passed away, 35 years old. So you never know when you're going to have an event, guys. And you definitely don't want to have any kind of event in the Philippines. Yeah, set up your interview channel, Ronald. That'd be cool. Well, no, we had the. I got vlogs on it too. You have to go back and look at them. We went through a hurricane. It was actually before I started the vlogs. Was the hurricane? The eye went right over top of us. But when it was going on, it was so windy you couldn't hardly stand up. And there were people going out. Roofs were disappearing. There were roofs all over the ground. The mango trees got wiped out. The little banana plantations gone. And I thought it was going to take forever to heal. No, it was 4 or 5 months. Everything was back to normal. And then we had the volcano where it dumped all that ash. Go back and look at my volcano once. It's got me taking it off the car. And I was watching people washing their car off with water. No, when you've got that silt, that tiny silt from a volcano, you'll turn it into cement. You push that off dry and it comes right off. But a lot of people were doing that. Wolf strike, okay. Didn't know you were here either. Yeah, we were through a couple of earthquakes, but I was through them in California too, so. And that's when a lot of people have health distress too during earthquakes. I was talking to my sister on the phone, and she had a big heart event. And the earthquake, I was in the bathroom and it shook the heck out of that place. Stuff fell out of the medicine cabinet. Stuff fell off the kitchen shelf. And I remember I was in one of the houses and they were showing us, we've got the earthquake-proof shelves. And because I was looking at houses and I said, what's that? And she said, well, what they do is here's the front and they tip them back a little bit. so all your stuff don't fall out of the cupboard. I thought, hey, that's smart. That's very smart. But I checked the construction out in California, like when they build houses compared to how they build them here. And my goodness, they just throw them up. It's just terrible. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. All right, Nita. All right, Wolf. Well, my little, yeah, we'll do a live together when Ronald gets up and going. And I do have, all right, Craig. No, I know that I don't do the StreamYard. I tried that once. It's too much of a hassle. You can do it. You can do it through YouTube too. There's a way we can set it up, I believe. It's not a StreamYard though. Well, yeah, Bams. That's from the the hokey pokey. They did the hokey pokey in the arms and stuff. And something else too. I had a lot of friends that got it, and I haven't talked to them in a while, and I'd go send a message, not get any answers and stuff. And I'd go ahead and send an email and get their wife said, "Oh no, he passed away a couple months ago, heart attack." So they put the secret sauce in there, guys. Oh yeah, that was that was something, and you had to watch out for the roofs for me because it's just a pointy thing, and you get messed up. That was a lot of fun that day. I always liked hanging with Tim. Yeah, absolutely, Wes. I'm back behind a little bit. I got to scroll up. Yeah, we'll definitely get that set up. Should have a laptop here. Uh, I don't know when, but soon. When it comes in a couple weeks, I guess. Okay. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, and they just take it. See, that's what I'm worried about my kids that the woman's just going to say okay because I'm not there anymore. She argued for it for man like a broken record. And I'm no, and here too, there was stuff in the school saying, schools are supposed to teach your kids. Here they want you to visit the dentist, the doctor. They want to give them all their shots and stuff. And I told them no. I had to do a religious exemption. And this nurse at the school was like, why would you do that? It's free. And I said, no, we'll take care of that ourselves. We have health insurance for him, and keep an eye on him. And if something goes wrong, automatically they just say convid. And that was like that one lady out here. She's kind of a crazy lady, like the one on The Simpsons with the crazy hair, talking to herself, a cat lady, and was getting a little aggravating. She's telling me about, oh, you can't wear tongs, you can't walk in your barefoot, you can't do this, you can't do that, and she had been a nurse for 40 some years, so very bossy, and I just got sick of it. So when I saw her the one day, I just started hacking. What's the matter with you? Oh, I got a touch of the COVID. Poop. Now she sees me coming and goes the other way. I mean, she boogies too. She gets the hell out of there real quick, so that was fine. Yeah, you don't want the hokey pokey.
Oh.
No way. Oh, it was terrible what they did to me for not taking it, and the kids too. Let's see here. Yeah, but here too, there's a lot of things in this country that they don't have in the Philippines. Yeah, that was Tondo, Ronald. That was the tunnels of Tondo. And then I did a walk where my mother-in-law lives too. I don't remember what I called that. And that was kind of interesting walk. Yeah, they made a big fuss how bad Tondo is, and you know what? I didn't think so. Even years past, yeah, you had your pickpockets and your guys who wanted to rob you when I was young, but uh, I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool being in there. Tim lived there for years, and he had a real nice like studio apartment with a loft bed in it. It wasn't super big, but for two people, I wouldn't have got anything more than that. You know, I would have got the same damn thing, and just a lot of steps he had to go up. Me with this back, I wasn't having too much trouble in the Philippines with the back, minor, just an annoyance. Now it's shot. It's from the weather. It's got to be. Okay, let's see what we got. Message held for review. No, they want to make you push too many buttons. Yeah, I saw some of the areas where the people were living in the slums, but they're all happy. It's a shame what the Filipinos make, uh, especially if you don't have some English skills or you never finished the school. Those guys don't make nothing. You know, they do whatever they can to try to get an old tricycle. I knew one young fella. He bought this old tricycle, and we thought, oh, we'll use them and stuff. And we were going up just a tiny little grade, and we had to get out and push because it was just shot. Yeah, but I liked Tim's place when he was in town. Now he's got, if you didn't watch some of his on his house build, boy, did he fix that place of his up in Palawan. Hey, Rayo, how you doing? Good to see you there. Yeah, it's pretty poor, but they're smiling. But another thing too that gets me is a lot of Filipinos. They'll help their family out. I know that's for sure. That's a big thing over there. And that was on my bucket list, and I never got there. When Tim moved there, I was hoping I'd get there, but I wound up here. But they just go through money. It's not funny. Some of these kids could make 100,000 pesos at the call center. They'd give their parents 20, and they'd blow the rest. You'd see them in Starbucks buying a $6 coffee and a $6 crumpet. I'd see them in there every day. And it's like, buy a thermos, you know. Yeah, that's one thing. A lot of the Filipinos, you got your bad eggs in every basket, but most of the Filipinos are pretty nice. But when it comes to another Filipino, they're different. When it comes to a foreigner, if they have any kind of problem in their life at all, they immediately come to you for money. You know, and we had one person we loaned money to, and we got it back. And we always helped her out with money to loan if she needed it, because she always paid it back. And the rest of them, no, they won't. Yeah, I don't go for any. If it's free, they always tell you if something's free, you better really be careful. Yeah, I wouldn't even pay that, Mike, for a coffee in one of them places. Yeah, you got to check out Tim's though on his house build and all the work. I know his brother-in-law that was doing it, and they were setting up a room for him. He passed away. Oh yeah, Wes. Yeah, I fixed her good. Yeah, she skedaddles, and I've even seen her. She pulls. Always wears like a man shirt with the pockets a button down, and she'll pull out her mask and put it on. And if she can't scurry away, if I catch her by the elevator and stuff, she's getting that on while she's waiting for the elevator. One time she started booging down the hallway, and I says, "Hey, we're going the same way," and she turned around. But she don't come up with any of her crap anymore. It's just a nosy old lady and that had to tell everybody what to do. And I talked to some of the other people in here. They were like, "Yeah, she's wanting to tell you how to live your life and stuff." That one fellow down the hall here, he's like, "Yeah, that's really weird. I'm a man. I'm living life the way I want to." And I said, "Yeah, just ignore it. Tell her you got COVID." You know. He goes, "Yeah, she don't go by you anymore. I always see her scurrying away." And I said, "Yeah, that's how I did it." I used to have a percolator that you plugged into the cigarette lighter, and percolated coffee. Mr. Coffee's it's better, and then I got this Keurig now. You can make me a cup of coffee if you want, Maddie. You don't have to if you're getting sleepy.
No.
Okay. And you can make whichever one you grab. It doesn't matter which one. I got 3 different brands in the
You know
in
which
the
one I'm
Keurig.
gonna
I
grab.
got the donut, Dunkin' Donut coffee, which I like that one. And then I wound up getting this Colombian one that's pretty good. It's a little bit stronger and it's about just the right strength. I'll buy a big box of that. And then I got this one Italian roast. Holy cow. That one I start some water up and, it only fills my one big cup, halfway. And then I pour hot water, boiling water on top of that because it is like real strong. But it's all Arabica beans, which I can't drink the Robusto because it gives me the jitters. That caffeine gets right to my nervous system, and I'm like, "Arr," like I'm getting electrocuted. I would live in Tondo before I would ever live in Lipa. That's for sure. Yeah, I would definitely live over there better. It's tough to have a car though over there. One of my big mistakes was buying a car. There you go, Ronald. I'll have to try it. What I really like over here is at the store now. See, I bought my first one because I had it at my sister's and I just really liked it. And so I bought the 96 box and it was only 23 bucks. Yeah, that's pretty good for 96 cup of coffee. So I went ahead and I bought on there, but I'm afraid of buying. That's all I could find over there at Walmart was the bigger boxes, and I don't want to buy 96 if I don't like it. Well, now the store over here they sell a little box. It's only got 10 or 12 in it, not many. Now I won't buy that Italian roast anymore. Oh yeah, you know something that was another thing. I would have loved to finished that place and sold that one in Lipa and been. I'd be there. I'd still be with my family, and that's where we would be. But I was told no, and I'm glad I had Wes to help me out. Wes, thank you for helping me exit that situation I was in.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike. I never used sugar myself. We did eat a little bit of candy here for a while. I never tried the Pete's, but yeah, I like my coffee black, no milk or anything like that. Sometimes at Christmas I'll put some Kahlua in there. I'll have a thing of Kahlua in the morning and pour a little Kahlua in the bottom, and then pour your coffee in, and uh, that kind of gives it a nice taste. Or the Bailey's Wild Irish. What is that? No, Bailey's. It's the cream drink they have. Yeah, yeah, you can get that. I saw they sell it here at the stores, Ronald. You can buy those little screen cups, and then you put them in. You put them in the machine. There you go, Bams. You gonna do a coffee, Maddie?
You know which one I'm gonna get.
Okay, you can get whichever one you want.
I'm gonna get the really strong one.
Oh, you monkey. he said he's gonna make me the really strong one. You know something, guys, it really sucks with this back. I don't really sleep good. The only time I do get some sleep is when I'm just so exhausted. I just out. Even in the chair now, it's getting hard to move, and it's just muscles are just sore. And then I took a ride home from my I went way up to the store up here, and I had my pull cart and everything, and I thought, boy, this is going to be a heck of a walk. Well, my neighbor lady, hey, I'll give you a ride. She's got that nice Chevy. I believe it was the Malibu or the Concordia or something. I can't remember because it was a white car and it was really hard to read. Didn't have my glasses, but it looked really good. And I got in. It sets you right on the ground. I mean, it's like a sports car. And she drove me home. And when I was getting out of that thing, man, I just hurt everywhere. My hips were hurting. Of course, I couldn't sit in the car. I can't sit up. If I could have been sitting up, it would probably have been okay. But I had to lay the seat back because the ceiling was like right here on me. It was just super low. So.
Where's your cup?
Oh, you got to go get a new one. Up in the cupboard. Yeah, I had some coffee. I was going to give it to my daughter. I had a big thing of Maxwell House and oh, what the heck was that one with the camel on it and the dude drinking his cup. I forget the name of it now. I always liked that coffee, but I give it to my neighbor guy, the maintenance guy when he come in. I always liked it when they bend over and do stuff for me without having to wait in online or anything like that. I always like to give them a tip, and I didn't have any money. Yeah, I got, you can get those little tablets now. I don't want to ever put anything in my lungs. I have a little bit of trouble with them. And Irish cream, that's it. Oh, St. Bernard, I never heard of that one. Yeah, I've talked to a bunch of people that got they get the little, I forget what they call them. It's a tablet or a gummy or something like that. And they give them that and they say that stuff works really good. I actually got a buddy that has, his back's in the same shape as me. He was in a motorcycle accident, busted his back up. And CBD, I think he called it. And he got them and he told his doctor, same as me, look, I don't want to smoke anything. I don't want to smoke dope and have that smell all over me, whether you got a card or not, And because I drive here, I drive there, and he doesn't want any headaches. So you can get these CBD capsules, and he got them, and he said, boy, it really helped him out. He said it just took the edge out. He said I felt a little bit exuberant, and I'd go about my day without too much trouble. And he says, and sleep good. He said, boy, I'll tell you what, I just slept great. So it's a medicine. I don't know why they ever banned it anyway. They ban something that is a useful medicine, but see, they want you to take petrochemicals. They don't want you to take organic because they can't patent it. So okay. No, she's actually parking the car over in the neighbor. She's letting that fellow Louis drive it once a week because you can't just leave a car sit. I told him make sure you check the air and the tires. I'm doing all that and the oil. So that's what's happening now. But she's not really doing anything to sell it other than telling her broke friends. Those people in their entire lifetime will never own a car, and if you gave it to them, they turn around and sell it. They can't afford a car. None of her friends can afford a car. There's a couple of them that have them already, but I mean, when you go look at these things, they'd be in the back of the lot on Joe's used car lot. That's his most expensive cars on the front line are $1,000. They're just like trashed. So That's just the way that goes. But she could be putting that on Carousel. She could be putting that on Facebook Marketplace because they got that over there too, and doing a lot of stuff like that. But just not really good with money. That one. That's just all there was to it. All right, buddy. All righty. Thank you, mister. Oh, we got the honeycomb cup.
Yep.
That's
And
some,
I gave
that's,
you the really, really strong one.
I see that. He brought me the honeycomb cup. I don't think I would want that honey, though.
Bleh. Bad.
Oh, you did make me the strong one, didn't you? Oh, gosh. That stuff is strong. I got a kick out of watching. I saw it before a long time ago, but we got freebie and we watched that Men in Black 3. And man, this coffee tastes like dirt. Well, it was just ground this morning. That was their big joke on there. But yeah, I like those movies. I hope they do another one. Hey, Peter, how you doing?
Peter Griffin?
No, not Peter Griffin, Maddie. Oh yeah, that stuff that guys, the stuff that Wes got me, that coffee from I think it was not Nicaragua. You correct me, Wes, the country north of there. And you could just get it in the grocery store. And that was some superior coffee. And it was like a store brand, I think. It wasn't anything super special, but he brought me up some of them bags of that stuff, and it disappeared quick, fast, and in a hurry. I was just digging that coffee. You know, because for years I was drinking those little Nescafe, little tubes that you dump in. And, you know, when you get a good cup of coffee, it's nice. 27 Celsius, what do we got in Fahrenheit? So yeah, I'm not sure, that's got to be 70 something. Can't remember the conversion for that. We're using Fahrenheit here. I got all my stuff changed over to Fahrenheit. I wish they, like on these weather things, they say, oh, well, you want it in Celsius or Fahrenheit. You know what I wish they would do? Put it in both. Have a little one that says, okay, it's 15 Celsius and 48 Fahrenheit. So then you could start, you know, you would learn it. I remember when I was a young kid, they were going to change everything to metric system. Everything was going to go metric. And I'm like, yeah, you're working off of tens. Boy, you could do everything in your head. Why didn't they do that? I mean, it's just so ridiculously stupid they never went that way. That's one thing I sure do like to have every now and again is a cigar. When I go up to Canada to visit my aunt and uncle, you could run up to the reservation, get those Cubans. And they had this one Cuban, it was called a Cohiba. And I can't remember Ronaldo, and they got a picture on the box. You bought it in a box. You had to buy 25 or 50. They came in these really nice boxes. And those things were just smooth as could be. Those were nice. I mean, you don't inhale them. You'd stop yourself up quick. But I just used to love the smell of them. And the other thing I liked about them, if you let them go out and light it again the next day or so, they still smell good, and they don't. You know, you get a cheap cigar and you smoke it, and then you go to relight it. It's like dog crap. So double it and add 30. Okay, thanks, Sal. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah.
So that'd be 84. So that's cool. Let's see. Well, we get old Ricky Bobby and his people there sometimes, which kind of sucks. But you know something, you guys got the wrenches. You kick them out. Now me, I can make them go away. You know, where they can't come, and I don't believe they can even watch it. I just block them. But some of them come up with a new channel and they come back anyway. Yeah, I kind of wish they would have went, Bams. I wish they would have went to the metric system. You know, how easy is it to do the math when you're working on metric. That was like the one fella. I watch a airplane. I watched 3 or 4 different airplane shows, and the one guy said when they had a plane crash because the guy, instead of using uh, standard, he was supposed to use metric, so they ran out of fuel, and the plane crashed. But you hear a lot of the pilots too. That's get everybody's on. I think it's England and us. You know, get us on the metric. How simple would it be for math for kids? They could breeze right through math class because you're working on tens. You're working on tens, hundreds, thousands like that. It's easy, but no, they're going to just hang on to this old crap, antiquated bull crap that 16 ounces in a pint, 32 in a quart. Come on, give me a break. Okay, how many's 40 or 43 quarts? Now, if it was in metric, you could just boom, easy, you got it. Because what would it be? I don't know what it would be, but let's say it's 20. 20th of a liter, 25% of a liter. You could add that up real quick, and real easy to convert it, but they don't. And I do remember when I was in grade school, they were really talking about that. We're really going to do it, but then they really started getting into all this pollution crap. We're coming into the ice age. I don't know. And then I remember, it must have been the early 70s. They had these like super hot summers. I mean, hottest summers that I ever remember, hotter than the Philippines. And then they switched it over. Oh well, now it's gonna heat. It's blah blah blah. So, it's all crap. No, I never watched that one, Ronald. But another thing that you don't hear about, remember when they were talking about the pollution was killing the Black Forest? And oh yeah, all this pollution coming from the buildings, that was actually feeding the plants because it's what plants need. And they found out it was a bug. And they went in there and they treated all the trees, and the place is growing really good, but not a word because it didn't fit their narrative that it was a bug. So, go figure. Just go. I don't know. I don't really grab the crap that they keep pulling. They keep trying to push this climate deal. I ain't buying that either. Come on, give me a break. It's just stupid. You get one volcano's going to throw out a lot more than we threw out in 15 years, and the planet's been making it. And I ain't buying all this dinosaur stuff either. And then you hear this stuff where, the Earth is 6 billion years old. I seriously doubt it. Yeah, that's sure, Ronald. But yeah, they say how old this thing is, and then if you send in a fragment of bone you found, they'll say, this one's 12 million years old. You send it to another guy, it's 450,000 years old. That's carbon dating. Give me a break. It's what they want to interpret it as. They even ask the people what era do you figure this came from? Oh, well, we figure it was 200,000 years ago, and boom, lo and behold, they get their paperwork back, the professor, and he gets a big prize because sure enough, it was 200,000 years old. So that's a scam too. All this stuff. I'm just not buying it. And I don't buy any of these electric buggies because look at all the mines they got to dig up and all this. And they make a big fuss about us that we got to, reduce our carbon footprint. And you go look at China. When they had the Olympics last time, you couldn't even see from all the pollution. None of those countries are doing any of that. That goes to show me they're just trying to break this country. That's all they're trying to do. They're trying to just get the money out of your pocket. Carbon taxes. Give me a break. Look at Al Gore. You'd have a damn steel mill that was getting ready to go over its carbon credits. So Al Gore said, hey, don't worry, I'll take care of you. And he'll fly in his jet plane over to some jeans factory in California that did psychedelic and tie-dye t-shirts, and they don't really have a carbon footprint because of their square footage and the people they have working there. they got these carbon credits, so he buys them. He's a broker. He buys them from them, and he gives them to the steel mill. Of course, he ups the price so that they can keep in operation. It's a tax, guys. That's all it is. But they don't really tell you about that. That's how he's making all his money now. He's doing all this carbon credits bull crap. It's just, and these wind machines. Go look at them real close sometimes, how much oil they leak, and when they break, they don't know where to get them. Solar panels. Yeah, it's nice to have a little solar panel. Charge your cell phone or things like that. I know a lot of people got them, but where do they go when when they're done? Where do they throw them? And then the other things that make me laugh, California had this big thing, no more plastic straws. You can't have any more. But then they give you a straw. It's a paper straw that you can't leave in the drink because it'll fall apart. And it's in a little plastic holder. And then they tell you, oh yeah, you can't have any more plastic bags at the grocery store. So you go in the grocery store and you buy all your food that's all in plastic. Your veggies are wrapped in plastic. Your meat's in plastic and styrofoam. Everything's wrapped in plastic. They got plastic bags to put your fruit in. They got all that stuff. And then you walk to the register and nope, sorry, you can't have a plastic bag. You got to buy an eco bag. It's all money, guys. Don't let them pull the wool over your eyes anymore. You got to wake up and smell the coffee, which I'm doing right now, guys. And by the way, this is it does smell good. This stuff really smells good. Oh, them guys, they'll find some poor country like the Philippines and hey, we're going to go put that over there. We'll pay you. And they pay them real cheap and they ship it all over there to dump. That's just how that goes. And now I'm hearing they're still having talks about getting that nuclear plant. I don't think I would want to do that. Start up a nuclear plant that's from way back in the late 60s, early 70s. Oh, well, we'll make it like that. I don't know about that. You're going to have problems. Plus, when it comes to some Filipino, like these engineers and stuff, they do it wrong. I remember when the engineer was looking at my septic system going in, and I just saw pictures, and I said, hey, I think that's no. And then you had the plumber that said, no, you can't put the Insta-Hot down there because it works on gravity. So it has to go way the hell up here by the ceiling. And I'm like, well, how does the water get to it? And they start going drifting. And then their bosses, hey, he's our guy. We're not going against him, and you're the customer. Over there, the customer's not always right. Over in the Philippines, the customer's always wrong unless you're going to one of these little mom and pop stores where they treat you really good. That's where we did a lot of our shopping. We'd go to the market. I always went to the same fruit lady and the same vegetable lady because they did not try to gouge me. I went to other ones where they'd kick, mangoes. They'd kick them from 30 pesos. They'd kick them up to 80 for me. Oh, you're special. So we're going to give you a special price. Yeah, right. They just bend you over and stick a rotten banana up your butt. So, I don't dig that. So I always went to the same lady. And, same two. And then like our vegetables and stuff. Plus they were good. I went over there, we'll get it. Now my wife, we've gone to places where I'd go to buy something. And then I'd go up there to go buy it and they'd jack the price back up. And they cross their arms. No. So I don't shop at those places. I went into a store when this COVID was on, and they had a big deal about the face shields back then. Yeah, no kidding, Pete. But it had sat on the dash, so it was a little bit crinkly, but it was still a face shield and it was still working. It was covered my. Nope, wouldn't let me in the store. Like, get the manager. And guess what? That was when we were buying furniture, and they had lots of furniture in the store. And guess what? They didn't get a dime of my money. And I told my wife, don't ever go there. You don't shop there. Never. Never, never, never. Just because one guy I had to have a perfect pristine one. I left it on the dashboard, which was not too bright, and it just did. It just did the crinkly winkly. It was all freaky, and he wouldn't let me in. So okay, fine. You don't want my money? I told the manager, you don't want my money? Well, he's security. Well, you're his boss, right? Tell him he's a jerk and let me in. Well, I can't do that. Bye. See you later. And you just run into that so much of that in the Philippines. But I did notice Filipinos. It seems like if their government tells them to do something, not everybody, but as a generalization of the country, they just do it. Like so many people just lined up for the shots. They just lined up in droves to get them, and all the boosters and everything like that. And then over there, though, when you croak, they'll just say, "Oh, it's a heart attack or stroke." They never really look into it. They don't really look into it unless it's a shooting or something. Then the PNP gets involved. But you could kill your spouse, probably get away with it. Because they'll come there and pick them up. Oh, you may have poisoned them or something, but they'll say, "Oh, heart attack." Yeah, I was reading all about the how they use salt water in the concrete, and then they have some kind of lime powder that when there's a crack, it goes into there and then it hardens up again. Um, they say they can't make Roman concrete. Well, why not? They go all these spectron microscopes and all this stuff where they look up a titmouse's ass and they could tell you what he ate 15 years ago. Why the hell don't they know what the hell's in the concrete? You know, so make the stuff. They don't want to make anything to last because then there's not going to be any more work. They don't want to build a Roman road. Why would they want to do that when they can have a road that goes bad so they can jack you for some taxes and go out and patch it and you got a crappy road? That's just the way it goes. And in the Philippines, my goodness, there's some places where we've seen them where they put in a concrete road and it's like no time the thing's trashed. So, hey Tia, yeah, it's a skin tax. I know. They skin taxed me to where I ain't spending my money there more. And here, when I first got here, it didn't seem too bad on the prices, but it seems just lately, my goodness, the prices, even at Walmart and stuff, are just going crazy. You really got to dig through to find a deal. I used to spend 800 to 1,000 in the Philippines for the family, and just for Maddie and me, it's. I have to budget this coming month 600. Because I like to keep him in fruits. They do have the Filipino mangoes in the one store here, so I like to get him those. He loves them. Oh yeah, I know, Wes. It's all money. Yeah, they won't have any money to go anywhere. That's so he don't care. What does he care while he flies around in his jet? They did an interview with that little girl, Greta, and she's got a whole bunch of private planes. They said, "Oh, well, have you ever been?" Yeah, yeah. And she invests in them and stuff. She's another little rich kid, spokesman for the left. They get paid big money because those people are just skimming off the top so bad they got money to burn, and it's a royal shame too, you know. But I'm just not buying any of the green stuff. Yeah, I actually had a place where they had a heat pump, and the guy wasn't home, and I was doing some minor electrical work, changing some fuses out and stuff, and I said, "Oh, you got a heat pump?" She said, "That thing's a piece of crap," you know. Well, I think she is though. She's eating all that roughage, and now she's turned into a teenager, and she's drinking and partying. So that's definitely going to stop you up. It's all that hay I think she eats. Maybe too many oats. I'm not sure about that one, but she's an actress. You look at that. You look at all these ones that politicians. They're just actors. But they should do. I always said that they should do term limits on everybody in Washington. Everybody, get out. You're not allowed to have anything to do with politics, even at the local level, for 10 years after you get out. Yeah, that kind of stuff, that Epstein Island, I don't think that went away at all. Maybe that particular spot, they just moved their operation somewhere else and they got a new guy in there, and I don't know what's happening with the chick. You think she was gonna go. Hey, Invisible America, how you doing? If you're talking about us being all settled in, yeah, we're pretty much settled in now. We got our route. We basically just got a routine. I wish my other kids could be here to share in the routine because there's lots of stuff. We go for some nice hikes. Even in the Philippines, we did that all the time. And I know they're just not doing it. I know Mumu sits up most of the time and watches TV upstairs, and that's not good. What's he watching? I had to look at some of this stuff here on the TV, in the YouTube, because it's not wholesome stuff. I mean, they're foul. They're just not. And it's supposed to be a Lego thing. They had the one guy on there. He's building Legos with big wieners and stuff on them. And that's not cool. You gotta filter that stuff out. You gotta be careful what your kids see. I'm up in the air on that. The one I got, I haven't noticed any difference. I know when I do use it, I don't need a cover. It is warm in here. They do give you plenty of heat. I can't really control it, but because they control it. Yeah, banning gas stoves. How stupid is that? It's anything that's cheap. They want to all put it on electric. Electric. I remember years and years ago. This is back in the '80s. My aunt got a new house, and she really ranked on her husband. I want all electric. It's cleaner. We don't have this and that and the other, and don't have to change filters. Blah blah blah. And he didn't want anything to do with it, but of course she just nagged him. She was a nag, my aunt, and so they got the electric in. And then what happens? The first winter she was having fits. It wasn't even a cold winter, and her first electric bill was $800 in the winter. You you can't have a bunch of dead shorts heating your house. Just too damn expensive. You know, Even when I got my little uh, grill things, it's not even 1,000 watt one. I think it's an 800 watt, and it boils water. When we were at the um, motel, oh yeah, it boiled water real quick. So you just gotta watch that stuff. But the kitchen's all electric in there. Our new electric bill's down to nothing again because we got rid of that refrigerator. This has actually still got a sticker on the back. They peeled it off the side and stuck it on the back. And it's energy efficient. It's way down at the lower end of being the most efficient. And it's working good. It's nice and quiet. It's big, and I like it. Plus, I got the deep freezer running. I'll be able to. I was thinking tomorrow when Maddie's at school, I'm going to pull what I got in there, put it in the upper freezer, and then we still got a lot of food in there, so I don't think I'm going to buy my meat. I'm just going to pick and choose when there's sales on. Because while he's at school, I could take off. I could take off on a hike. I got that nice little pull basket the lady at the motel gave me, Ava, and that I just love it. And I've been watching the wheels. I've been worried about the wheels breaking off because sometimes we load up pretty good, but no, we're real careful with it. We don't bang it, and the axle's holding up really well. It's actually got bearings in the wheel, and it's pinned on there pretty good. So hopefully it doesn't break. And it's really easy in the store too, because I just clip it onto the cart. I got a couple bungees to hold it on, so it's not inside. And also, you could take the bag off of it. So if you want to use it like a dolly, I can do that. I did that when I was getting some stuff from outside. When I got that cabinet, well, the cabinet on the wheels I brought in, but the other cabinet I brought in on that. So. Hydro bill, water bill. That's pretty damn high for a water bill, especially the water you're getting. My goodness, the water in the Philippines. I remember years ago when I was visiting here. Uh, I brought some back. I went ahead. That was from her little place she was staying. And I put some in a little tube. And I had a buddy that worked at the uh, big reservoir that supplies water to the whole area and stuff. And they do testing, and they do it for free. And I give them a vial. Can you test that? And instead of waiting for me to come, he called me up. He said, "Man, where'd you get this water?" I said, it's from the Philippines, actually." I said, "Thanks for testing it for me. I should have told you that." He goes, "No, that's cool about that." But he goes, "Whatever you do, don't drink it." I wouldn't even bathe in it. He said, "I would not even bathe in this stuff." He said, "The free floating particle numbers are just through the roof." He said, "It's about 10 times more than what's legally allowed here." And he goes, "There's just all kinds of," he says, "you got heavy metals in there, you got chemicals in there." He goes, "Man, and if you drink that, oh my goodness." He goes, "But I wouldn't, if you're bathing in that, I wouldn't bathe in it." So, okay. Oh yeah, you got to watch the water. Well, me, I got bamboozled when I got there, because if the COVID wouldn't have come, my house wouldn't be like it is right now, because I'd have been there. And then I told my wife when the COVID was just getting started, I said, "Let's move there." But no, she put her foot, no. And we could have found, there was a place right across the street. I could have zipped over every day and been watching what they were doing. But no, she just didn't want, "I don't want to be far away from my mother." Ugh. So, I don't know. Her mom, we used to come out to Lipa all the time and visit. It's just a van ride, 350 pesos, and she's there. So, yeah, Ronald, you don't even want to poop in it. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for damn sure. But yeah, we bought that house in Lipa, and it was a brand spanking new fixer upper. So much stuff went wrong with that place. And even now, the rain would come, and you got water all over the floor through the windows, because the guys who did the block, instead of the block being squared and perfect, it'd be angled, and then you got big gaps. And what do there? They stuff an old sock in there or some paper, and then they just goober a whole tube of caulking in there, and they call it good. You know, and the crap that I found after we were there for a while, like the sink in the bathroom, it's got this little ceramic cover on it, because I picked out nice fixtures, and I didn't want it going down to the floor like they were supposed to have it. I paid extra for it to go into the wall, so we got all the floor space there, and it was real tight to the sink. It made a quick turn with the trap and everything, and it had this ceramic thing about this high that bolted over it. Well, I pulled that off because we had a leak, and the reason why we had the leak was the pipe that was coming up was a pretty good sized pipe, 2.5, and then the one coming out of the sink was like a 1.5. So they stuck that in there, and then they wrapped a piece of t-shirt on there and just goobered it up with glue and called it good. That's the Filipino craftsmanship. And they figure as long as it works, it's fine. But when we had trouble with the septic, it started backing up through there too. I mean, we had our whole bathroom up a couple steps full of poo, because they put the entrance of the poo going into the septic tank lower than the exhaust. So as soon as that tank filled up, which wasn't long, it started backing up, and there's nothing you could do about it. I thought, oh, it's just clogged, I'll snake it. No, I could feel it get to the end. It just was full. And then when I pulled the caps off, water was coming out of there, the pee water. And it's like, this is what they give you. Okay. Yeah, but that's I'm very disillusioned on the Philippines. But the thing that's trapping people, and some people are happy there. That's fine. But for me, it just wasn't that way. It seems the ones that are happier there are guys who have plenty of money, and they just don't worry about it. But we were on a budget there too, just like here. I'm on a budget. And if we need more food, like this month, I had to get a little bit more food. We had to play around with the budget a little bit. Then I had to use some of it, and and it just runs out. So we have to be very careful with how we spend. But I got to keep him full of apples and mangoes and bananas and fruit and stuff. I don't want him, and I don't buy anything out of a box. I buy no processed foods. I absolutely won't put that in his mouth. Processed foods, you might as well, you're playing Russian roulette with full chambers. It's going to get you. And, even when I was young, I stayed away as best I could from that kind of food. Like mac and cheese. Cheese, they put it in powder. You start reading the labels on the boxes and just freak out. But there you could buy a soda pop. By the way, don't call it soda pop because they don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, Invisible America. That's for sure. They're gonna gouge you every chance they get because you're rich. If you're a foreigner and you're in the Philippines, you are rich. That's for sure. And they don't realize that a lot of guys that go over there, they're not really rich, especially when you come back here. We were doing fantastic in the Philippines. I would have loved to have been able to sell my house and move to Mindoro. Everything would have been fine. But guess what? That didn't work out. Now we come back here and yeah, it's kind of expensive. Now we got our electric bill back down to, it's 27 this month instead of 60 because that fridge is gone, even though we fired up the deep freezer at the same time. So, the deep freezer was another one that was energy efficient. It was about a quarter of the way from being the top energy efficient. It's a Frigidaire. Got it on a real good price. It was banged up a little bit. They actually sent me well, they didn't send it to me. They put it in my cart type where when I go to buy something next time, I get $40. Instead of sending it back and getting another one, because they crashed the grate. The box it was in, it was supposed to be bolted to the wood, and then they stapled the box on. Well, it came loose from the wood, and it got crashed. Somebody banged it into something, and that got all bent. It's got dents all over it. So I took pictures and sent it to them, and they were like, "Oh well, you just send it back. Send it back. It's working. It's got some dents in it. I got some of the dents. We put stickers over them, so you hardly notice them. But and the side that has the vent on it, that's against the wall anyway. I'm not too worried about it. But they were okay. We got your pictures, and they gave me $40 to use on their site, which I'm finding out if you go to Walmart.com, like his bike, it was way cheaper online than it was in the store. I went to the store to look at it to see if it was going to fit him because I don't know the sizes anymore. And that bike fits you perfect, Maddie?
Yeah. When are you going for a walk?
Oh, I don't know. We're still doing live. Well, the one thing that it wouldn't have been would have been pressure from all the traffic. When you're sitting there and you're just not moving, that gets to me. I'm sorry. It just gets to me. And then when you get people who would deliberately pull in front of you and just turn their head away and not look, and they can't go anywhere, but they'll block you and they'll stop a whole line of traffic a mile long. I get tired of that. Okay, well, you got a pretty good deal on the water there then. But here, the water here is paid for. The heat is paid for here. The only thing I gotta do is pay the electric bill and the rent. And I do got LEDs. They had LEDs in here already, like the bathroom and the lights here. They got the fluorescent fixture in the kitchen, and when you hear them humming, they're sucking power, guys. So the guy came in, brought me the stuff, and I changed that. Plus, it's a lot brighter. I go to turn on that thing, and it took forever to start it. It was the old one that had the starter and the ballast, and now I got the new electronic. You just change it. It's still a T12, so it's sucking 80 watts, but it's not like we have that thing on all the time. I turn it on when I go in there. That's it. And then the TVs don't seem to draw much. And like during the daytime, I don't watch TV. You know, I don't. I either get out and go somewhere, or let's see. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's tough to drive there, and Filipinos too. You know, when I was in the States, I knew a lot of Filipinos, and it seems like the cream of the crop come here. But boy, when you're there, you could get some foul people. I had a guy I was turning out, and the people actually stopped. And it wasn't just one car; it was two cars because it was a two-lane road, and I'm gonna go across the street and turn left. And this motorcycle guy's flying in the wrong lane. He had a double yellow line, and just boy, talk about a close call. Just missed us. And boy, did he read me the right act. You mother. Yeah, there you go, Pete. You're aiming. Yeah. But I just don't, I just didn't like that. Lipa is absolutely terrible, and it's getting worse. And the bad thing that's happening in there now, it's not going to get better because they put an industrial park in the back, and it's got its own road with, I don't know, 96, I think we counted, speed bumps. It's speed bump capital of the world, too. You know, when I moved into Lipa, I thought, boy, this is really nice, no speed bumps. And immediately they got to put these damn things in. They got a speed bump on a road that has no houses. Talk about nutty. Yeah, they don't, traffic violations, they don't care. They absolutely do not care. Yeah, they do. They just keep crowding, and they got to be in front. They got to cut you off and get in front. You know, that was something I learned real quick. Just let them go. I do like Arnold. Let them go. You know, because they're going to be jerks, and if they're behind you, they're going to harass the hell out of you. But something I saw quite a bit of, you'll see them guys pulling on a, you know, 1,000 liter, or what is it, 1,000 milliliter of Red Horse while they're driving the car. You know, hey, who's there? Poke your head in there, bub.
Look.
That's you. Hey, Expat returns. That's our Maddie. How you doing, bub? He's starting to get sleepy, I think.
No, I want to go for a walk.
Yeah, well, we're going to do that a little bit later. Is that thermometer still up in the window?
Yeah.
Okay, what's it say?
40.
40, yeah, it's cold out then. It's real cold.
Then we're going for a walk.
We're going to bundle up. We're going to bundle up real good before we go. Make sure you drink a glass of water too, okay?
Whoa.
We picked up some water, but I'm starting to save the jugs. And then I'll put water in the jugs so when we're doing cooking, I'll wait and see how fast that thing delivers water. I might not do that all, but it's always good to save water. I just wish I had glass jugs, but you know, places in the closet where I got plenty of room, it's throw some jugs of water, put some back. You never know what's going to happen. You know, the water could get cut out here. We're going on this on and off with the hot water again. It's doing like it did before. I get up in the morning, there isn't any. So, you know, I'm not taking a cold shower. So I like to take a nice hot one, let my back soak up the heat, and I do stretching in there while I'm in there. And, you know, that really helps out in the mornings, you know, getting these stretches in. That's little Maddie, Ronald. I put Maddie's picture on there. Yeah, it was a bummer not being able to do the Manduro, because it spent a lot of money. The fence was put up. They hadn't worked on the road yet, but the well's in, the septic's in. You know, it was all ready to build a house. Well, if I could get $3 million for mine, we had an offer, sell it, I could build a real nice house for $1 million, get her an automatic car, and then we're good. We got a little bit of money in the bank, and we're down in Manduro, which is, I liked it. Nice folks, and then that would have been good. But no, you're not selling the house, and I'm not going to go and take every damn penny I got and build it month by month. Is the only way we would have been able to do it, and I wasn't doing that. just no. That's not the way it's going to be. If I'd have known that's how it was going to be, I'd never sunk one penny into that place. Wouldn't even bought it. But that was her, that was her thing. That's how she got her land. That's all hers now. So, they talk about money grubbers and stuff. And oh no, we're not money grubbers. Well, proof's in the pudding, if you ask me. Yeah, Mandura I loved it down there. I just absolutely 100% loved it. They had nice roads. People were very friendly. Nobody ever tried to gouge me one single time that I was down there. People were smiling and happy. And farmers, people with land, a lot of people worked overseas, and they would come back and build a beautiful home. And then they'd stay there, or their kids would be living there until they come back. And the folks were nice. I just ran into a lot of nice people, even walking down the road. Everybody smiling and friendly, and that just really sucked that didn't work out, because I would still be there. I'd still be there with my family. I missed the two kids, something fierce. It's not right that this had to go this way, but I don't think I'd have lived much longer. The stress was killing me. My heart was beating funny. I get these. Somebody said, my one buddy said, you're probably having a panic attack. And I never thought of that, because I always figured, no, I was pretty sharp. But yeah, I think he was right. I was getting these panic attacks or something where I was having a hard time breathing. And it was getting to be a daily event when the crap would start over nothing. Always crap about nothing. And I don't go for that. I'm retired. I don't want the headaches. And then I look at some of my buddies. They got a real nice woman, but that, like, my one buddy was real smart. He bought the land. Now it has to be in her name, but he had her sign a lease. He's got a beautiful house that he just put a whole bunch of money into, fixed it all up. I mean, it's a palace. It is absolutely 100% a palace the way he's got it fixed up. And he didn't marry her. He didn't marry her. He's keeping her on the end of the line, and she treats him good. Once you get married to him, that changes for a lot of guys. That does. And I've seen it before too. We'd go somewhere and you'd see an American guy, and you'd see, the women bitching at him right out in the store. They don't even try to hide it. They get so used to doing it, they do it right in the mall. So it's a shame. There you go. Double bacon cheeseburger. That's one of our things we're going to do. We got a whole bunch of coupons from the store. Arby's started making a big sandwich, a hamburger sandwich, and but then Matty, he was wanting the Burger King. He'll eat a whole Whopper. I'll get a double Whopper. He'll suck the whole thing up. I don't like to do the fries because they're done in oil and all this, or even the onion rings, but we do. We get a one when we go there. It's not like we do it all the time, every couple months. And so that's what we're going to do. And it's not too far up the road. I never even noticed it going that way before, but it's right out there, a big sign. I don't know why I never noticed it before, because I'm like, where the heck is the Burger King? And it says, oh, it's on this road. Well, that's my road. What the hell's going on here? I never saw it. So we went down on the bike, huh? We spotted it, didn't we? Maddie spotted it. So payday comes. I'm supposed to be getting my pension check tomorrow. It says on their site that it's going to go out on the 27th. So I'll have that tomorrow. And I think what we'll do is probably we'll have to be walking. So it'll be maybe next Saturday we'll walk up to Burger King and stay in there and chomp on a double Whopper.
Me too. Maybe I'm gonna get two.
Well, I'll tell you what, we got an Arby's that's right here, and I don't know where the picture went of that. You know where it went, Maddie?
The picture.
Is this the Arby's one? I saved it here. Oh, there it is. That looks like a pretty good hamburger. If you get what they put on there, I think I could go for that. That looks like a nice hamburger. But and that's right. I mean, that's right up past the parking lot here. And we can go, and it's not that much. How much was it here?
$1 million.
No, they didn't put a price on that. Let me go to the back side here. What is it? No, they don't got a price on that. But I don't care. If something's good, I don't care what to pay. But when I was young, I always used to love those Arby's burgers. And Pete, yeah, Wendy's, that's another good place to go. The coolest thing I ever saw, though, was they had that movie Super Size Me. No, there's no Sonic. I haven't seen one anyway. There could be.
I've seen one.
Sonic?
Yeah.
Where?
In the Philippines.
Yeah, in the Philippines.
Yeah.
But they had that Super Size Me on there, and how is the hamburger all nasty and all this stuff. Well, Burger King did a commercial here a while back where they put them in these big, like my jar, like my my D jar, glass jar, and they filmed it, and they did a fast filming of it where their Whopper just melted into mush. It just got all kinds of bad, and then they go over to the McDonald's Whopper. What is that? The Big Mac, and that baby looked like it was ready to eat. Even the lettuce still looked good, and the guy's pulling it out and look at this. And now I'm starting to see they're selling fake lettuce. Some lady had a thing on YouTube, and she cut in this lettuce. She said, "Boy, it didn't crunch." She just didn't like the way it crunched. So she put it on the fire, and it didn't do what lettuce should do. It got singed, and then she tried to poke a back end of a fork through it, not the tine end, and it just kept stretching out. Lettuce don't do that. What are they feeding us? Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I do like Wendy's when we can go there. They had them in the Philippines too, and boy, I'll tell you what. But none close to us. It had to be when we were up towards Manila, or something like that. Everything there is that damn Jollibee, which the hamburgers. I don't want nothing to do with their hamburgers.
I like it.
Yeah, the kids like it.
Yum.
That's what they grew up on. But I don't particularly like them at all. I used to, when I used to get one, I'd get the big one, then bring it home and slather it down with jalapenos and get some of my own cheese and melt it on there. I'd kind of re-cook it, and then they were okay. But the meat, I don't know what it is. Yeah, Ken, you know something? We've had a couple of those since I've been here. When we were in Strongsville, they got I think the family's Lebanese, and it's the husband, the wife, the grandma's there. Looks like the grandkids and stuff, and they're in there cooking, and they cook a hell of a Roman burger. I love those damn things. Those are absolutely. If I had a choice of having a sandwich, I would pick the Roman burger too. Those things are absolutely fantastic. Well, they get local beef. But see too, a lot of stuff, when you start looking at these restaurants like McDonald's, I remember you walk in the door and there was big signs, 100% pure beef, 100% pure beef. Guess what? You don't see that no more. Doesn't see that anywhere. And I know they're using pink slime. They had that fellow that worked there. All right, Mike, we'll check you later. Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, I'm going to close this up. It's 2.5. We might go close to 3 hours if some folks still want to chit chat. Mike's a pretty good sort. Glad I got to talk to him. He was talking here a while back. He might come out for a visit, and that would be real nice. Somebody said on here a little bit earlier that you do get nice folks in here, and I do. We got to get rid of Ricky Bobby's people. But yeah, most everybody we got on here are just nice folks, And there's a lot of you I really want to meet, and one of them I got to meet, Wes. You ain't gonna find a nicer guy on the planet, guys. He's a hell of a nice fella, real nice guy. And then I got to meet Mark in the Philippines, another super guy, just absolutely fantastic. Tim, got to meet Tim, and he was at our house many times. We were at his place a couple. I wanted to go to Palawan, and visit him down there with the family. Yeah, come on. But it just didn't work out. And then I just got fed up with the whole situation, and time to go. It's just time for me to go. And we're better here. The stress factor in me is pretty much gone. I do got a lot of this headache with the back. I don't know what happened here. Okay. All right, Peter. Yeah, we're gonna go here. Probably about what time is it now, Maddie? I can't see that clock. 9. I guess we'll go for a walk about 9 because he's in bed by 10, so we aren't gonna take a long one. Okay, now it's doing stupid stuff again. Oh, geez. I'm glad somebody knocked that off. Well, we're going to take care of whoever that is. Yeah, these people come on here and start their crap. Go away. Go pick on somebody else. What happens is when you got online, everybody's on your ass and stuff. But in person, oh no, it wouldn't be like that at all. So, because of the internet, people get emboldened to be just assholes. Yeah, but we are looking forward to do our Burger King. I do like the Burger King sandwiches. What I always do though is I got these little lunch baggies, and Maddie doesn't really use them much. I always give him one to put his apple in or something like that. But I get these cans of glass jar of the jalapenos, and I'll always bring 7 or 8 of them and stick them in there because just something about having jalapenos on a hamburger to me is yum yum.
Ew.
I used to do it so they wouldn't burn off. Is I take some of my cheese, I'd get some Swiss, maybe some Monterey, get a couple cheeses in there, and I'd put the jalapenos on the first slice, put the next one on top with the little cheese cutter, and then melt it a little bit, and flip it, so that it would seal the jalapenos in, and then I'd put that on my hamburger, and that way they don't fall out. They had a sandwich in the Philippines for a while that they, it was I can't remember which place we went and got it. I think it was Jollibee, but I was going there just to get that. But boy, I'll tell you take one bite and 5 of the jalapenos fall out. And I was even bringing extras there too. So I just like jalapenos on a hamburger. The only thing bad about jalapenos, I like cayenne because it goes in hot and comes out cool. Jalapenos, it's not that way. They go in hot, and something they do inside your body makes them hotter. So.
Okay, let's go.
What's called Plastic West? Let's see. No, just hang loose, Maddie. I'm not even finished with my coffee yet. Well, my one buddy Gary from the Philippines bought me one of them. What is it? What's the name of that cup? It's on the sticker on the front of the refrigerator. Yeti. I got it already. Yeti cup. And sometimes I forget my coffee. I had to take the base of my Keurig machine off and pull all that out there so that the cup would fit in there. It's a little bit tall. And I'd make 2. I'd put one in, fill it, and then I'd put a new coffee thing in, and I'd do it again. And that just filled it up almost that far from the top, put the lid on it. And I forgot it the one day. And we took off. We were gone for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours maybe. And then I was thinking, boy, I'd like a coffee. And I made one this morning. What happened to that? It was still hot as could be, guys. It was really something. Yeah, I used to grow the cayenne like crazy. I put it in everything. Yeah, we got an Aldi's close by, and that's the best place to buy the meat at. That is absolutely 100%. They got some really nice meat down there, Every one we got is tender. Now they have the same brand over here at the Marks, but it's way more expensive. I mean, I went down to Aldi's and got a chuck roast. It was like a just shy of 2 pound chuck roast. I think it was like seven some dollars. And when I went over to Mark's, I saw one in there, and it was right on 2 pounds. And I always cut them in half, you know, and then I'll cook just half of that for us. That's plenty for us. And it was like $17. Yeah, so I have to, I got to walk to these places. And when the snow comes, I'm going to be hiking through the snow to get down there and get it. I like the Aldi's. I just don't like the idea. I always forget to bring a quarter. They always give you one though. Actually, last time when I went back and gave the guy the quarterback, and he goes, "You're the first one who ever did that." Because a lot of people, I don't have money in my pocket. It's always the card. Well, the onions aren't too bad here yet. We've been getting good, solid, hard onions. Now that might. Okay, Wes, you take care, buddy. And you'll get times. It'll be coming January, February. You start getting those mushy onions, and they'll have a rotten thing in the center. You got to watch. But right now we're still getting real good ones. But if I go in and if I don't see any good ones, next time I go to the store, even if it's a real big bag, because we go through onions, and what I don't use, I set them around the house on the table. That way it keeps the stuff out of the air, the sulfur. And, they claim you just won't get sick. So if I have a piece left, can't eat it all. Like if I make a sandwich, I'll get the smallest onion, and I'll take the 2 end pieces and just set them one on the table, one out here, and leave them sit for 3 or 4 days before I throw them out. Yeah, don't freeze your cats. That's for damn sure. We're dressing up for it though. Maddie's got his. I got him them camel pants when we were down at Fin, Feather, and Fur, and they're big. And I bought them deliberately big. He can't wear them without the jogging pants. But when he puts the jogging pants on, they fit him good. He puts his belt on, and then his legs are good because we're starting to get winds now. They're calling for 35-mile-an-hour gusts here in the next week. But even here, you go outside, you're getting some 10, 15-mile-an-hour winds coming through. Not steady, but gusts of them. And boy, that'll chill you out real quick, especially your legs. And I just thought, I'm going to, and I got these things from Mike, these high-tech, they're like a high-tech thermo. And they're kind of thin. I thought, boy, those aren't really going to work, But it's the new technology, and guess what? When I first started wearing them, they were too hot. It wasn't cold enough yet. Yeah, it's not too far from Nicaragua. A lot closer than the Philippines, that's for sure. Hell of a lot closer, and it's beautiful. Wes had sent me some pictures of how he fixed his house up. I mean, he did a beautiful job on it, and he showed me pictures of the area, and it's beautiful country town. We always take a flashlight, just in case. And we don't go by the road or anything, but if we do see a car cutting through the parking lot or something, I'll flash it, and we'll wear our reflective stuff too. We just be real careful. I don't want to get Maddie hit, but you're going to walk tonight, not bike, right? Maddie?
Yeah,
You're going to walk tonight, not bike, right?
I'm gonna walk.
Okay. Yeah, I like his bike because that thing's lit up like a Christmas tree. Yeah, Ken, I lived here for a long time in the Northeast, and then I wound up moving to Pennsylvania. I know all about the cold. And that's why years past, I would get bad back from the cold weather, and it would put me down. I mean, I still went to work, but I was just hurting all the time. And I moved to California. to get away from that. And then everything eased up quite a bit. And then the Philippines, it eased up even more because I love the heat. I never had a problem with the heat. Sometimes I take a shower and people can't believe how hot I got the water. I mean, I could take it real hot. And no, Nicaragua though, down there, it's not commie down there in Nicaragua anymore. But I wouldn't be able to talk to anybody. Wes has got an advantage because he speaks Spanish. I don't, so that was one of the reasons I picked on the Philippines. I don't want to go to a country where I can't talk to anybody. Might as well just sit in the house all day, for me anyway. So, but it is beautiful there. My goodness, I couldn't believe what a beautiful area. It would be a nice place to go live, but it's all Spanish down there. Of course, it's turned into a lot of Spanish here. I remember when I was in California, I worked a 11 building construction one time, and 90% of the guys were either from Mexico or Honduras or somewhere like that. And there was no English. You couldn't talk to those guys for they didn't understand English, and I didn't understand them. But yeah, it was absolutely a good looking place, But that whole area in there, Central America, is pretty nice. It's pretty dang nice. That was one place I always wanted to go, but never got a chance. Got to see some stuff around the world. Couple few countries. Yeah, that'll be something. That'll be something down the road. I got too many things I have to save for now, and that's one of them's getting a buggy. And like I say, there's some pretty good used buggies now. The one of them, when Maddie was in school one day, it was a Mercury Marquis, and it had like a Landau roof on it. It was kind of fancy, and the old guy said, "No, we just don't drive it." It had the 4.6. I think it was a 2011, and dang thing was in good shape. And he said, "Well, you can take it for a ride if you want." And I said, "That's cool." And then he just gave me the keys. I said, "Well, you coming?" No, just take it. Cool old guy. And I took it for a ride around, and there wasn't a damn thing. There was no squeaks, rattles, nothing on his car. 67,000 miles on it. $5,500. And those 4.6s and the transmissions they put behind them, they're built better than a tank. They just don't go bad. They're just a great motor and transmission unit. The suspension on it was quiet as could be. I didn't hear anything that wasn't right in that car. It was quiet. I tried everything. I tried the air conditioner, no weird sounds. I tried the heater, no bad smells, nothing. And you looked under the hood, there wasn't any oil seeping from anywhere. That's that modular motor, and you always find a little bit of oil seeping from somewhere. The only place I saw oil was at the rear pumpkin, and that wasn't like it was losing a lot. It's probably a drop that's spread out from the wind, that gets on the dust and stuff, so it looks worse than it is, but most every car gets that. And $5,500. And I was thinking, man, if I had $5,500, I'd have bought that right now. Just put it in the garage. Wait till the insurance comes down. It's just so ridiculous. Let's see. Oh, I messed up here. I missed something. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, yeah, I miss some of these while I'm yakking. I don't see everything, so I kind of get lost in the conversation a little bit. Hard to see this. So, yeah, there's a lot of places I'd like to go. You know, I'd like to go out to Missouri and visit a bunch of the family out there. You know, if I get a car, that's a drive. That's a 600-mile drive. I'll just drive it. 650, something like that. Yeah, you know, something that's funny. YouTube really kicked a lot of people off. You know, they tried to kick me off of YouTube. They kept giving me, you know, 7 days, and you know, then it was a month. I think I had taken off a month twice for just speaking my mind on stuff. So then we had to go into the quatrains, coded words. But then somebody who's got a beef against you calls and said, I didn't like that. So boom, they shut you off. You know, just like that. I remember one of them was about that Lizzo thing. She just was a flash in the pan. That one's gone. But, you know, I gave my honest opinion. She got on the stage and she turned her back to the audience and bent over. And she's supposed to be the new beautiful thing. And I went, oh my gosh, that is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. And boom, I was off. I mean, that one didn't even take long. They took that one down immediately. You know, and that's like they had this one beauty contest where they had it was a dude that, you know, looked like he was one of them ones, what do they call that? Water on the brain. What do they call them guys? We used to call them window lickers. And he kind of looked like that, and he was pudgy and overweight and stuff. And that's the one that won. And all around him was these beautiful women, and that one won? Come on, that's liberal nutbags doing that crap. Yeah, you guys, I never saw that Dean guy. Never saw that channel. I used to watch a lot of the channels, but anymore, I pared it down a little bit. You know, because just so many were popping up, and it was eating up too much time. Is what it was doing. It was just eating up way too much time. So I just basically kind of quit watching them. I watched Tropical Tim. I watched Sean. Who else do I watch regular? Used to watch Brent's World, but now he sort of disappeared. I'm gonna have to go look for him again. I might have got unsubbed from him. You know, he's just an old Navy guy in the Philippines. He walks around and talks like I do. You know, he seems all right. But there were a lot of channels I watched for a good while. And there are some good ones. I'm glad I got to, you know, through the channel. I'm glad I got to meet Mark and Wes and Tim. You know, and then now guys I haven't met yet though, like Ronald. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Ronald, Paulie, Mike. You know, and these visits will happen, Lord willing. Definitely for sure. I know Ronald said he would like to come for a visit. Yeah, you can come for a visit. I got an air mattress with your name on it. And then Mike was talking about it too after the hunting season. He's big time, loves to hunt. So, you know, this is hunting season. So, and it's not too bad. I know the ride. I think down to where Ronald is, I think it's like 800 miles or something like that. Yeah, there you go, Pete. That's no kidding. Yeah, I saw those on the thing for like 89 bucks. It's not your phone. It's a little handheld gizzy that you got. And they showed the girl using it in China and Portugal, and she was going around to different places using it. And yeah, I thought that was really cool. I would love to have something like that. But then when I went back to get it, I couldn't find it. I even searched it, and I was thinking, well, I guess maybe a lot of people didn't like them or something. Maybe they didn't work as advertised because I don't see them anymore. You know, and they were being advertised heavy when I was in the Philippines, big time. You saw them on the Facebook all the time. But now Facebook, I did a dumb thing. I said I was never going to buy from them again. Well, I got some rifles in here and a pistol, and they got this new cleaner that they have. You spray it on your gun, you leave it sit for a minute, and all the dirt comes off. And my one buddy said, yeah, that stuff works exactly like that. He goes, you ain't gonna believe it. And then they have a little oiler, a pin oiler, because you never want to put too much oil in your guns. I used to like to use shooter's choice gun grease, and you put a little dab on there on a toothpick and spread it around. You don't need much, just a teeny weeny little bit. And so I ordered that. I ordered the kit, the 16-ounce bottle of the spray. That's been, I don't know how, way over a month ago. And they took the money. And that's the end of that. I never heard a thing, nothing. So they're ripoffs. So I get real worried about buying any products off of Facebook. And then I was telling that one fellow out here, I was talking to him in the morning, and he had a brand new, like a hoodie. I said, hey man, that's a pretty cool hoodie. Where'd you get that? He says, oh, I broke down and went and bought it up here at the gun shop. He goes to the Fin Feather for it too. And it's kind of pricey there. And I says, oh yeah, you should get it online. He says, oh man, I did that. I went on to the Facebook and I found this exact jacket, my size and everything, so I ordered it. And it was $99 at Fin Feather and Fur and $69 there, so I bought it. And he says, that's the last I ever seen of my $69, and I never got anything from him. So. Yeah, this stuff of them shutting everything down again. They pulled it once and everybody got suckered into it. Is that going to happen the next time? But it could, because I still see people around here wearing masks. I'm not kidding you. There's one skinny girl that walks through here. She's very friendly. I mean, we say hi to her. She's, hi, how you doing? She's all Miss Bubbly. I don't know, maybe she's on some kind of a mother's little helper or something like that. But she puts the face mask. She's got the big face shield. And it's one of the real good ones, like a construction worker would wear. Some guy who's cutting rebar and stuff on a chop saw. Yeah, I mean, it's a big heavy duty one goes on her head. And then she's got the two masks on. She's got one of them K49, whatever they call it, the blue one. And then she's got a big black one that goes over top of that. And I'm like, damn. That sucks in Canada. Yeah, Pete. I'm just not going to buy anything at all. I'm the only reason I stay on that I even still have a Facebook account. I do post some stuff on there that I find interesting on my channel. But I get a lot of pictures for my for my vlogs. I get a lot of the pictures off there. Now I get a lot of people send me some cool pictures and I use them too. But Facebook, you get some pretty good. I got some sites that got, one of them's Meme Wars or something, and I get a lot of cool pictures off of there. And like the last one was, we were talking about Greta, and Greta said, oh, yes, we're going to force everybody to, from now on, to use electric guitars. I thought that was a pretty good one. That was subtle but good. So that'll be posted on one of my videos. I just picked up about 10 more of them in the last day. Let's see. Okay, guys, it's 9. I'm going to go ahead and hang it up, and I appreciate everybody stopping in and saying howdy. And if everything goes good, we'll do another one next week. I like chit-chatting with all you guys. It's kind of my way of getting to know you. I liked it in the Philippines because I get to talk to some people who actually spoke English. A lot of Filipinos, you talk to them and they're talking to you too, but then you start to see them drifting because they have no idea what you're saying. The one of the best English speakers, Filipino, that I ever knew was my wife. And there's so many words she has no idea what they mean. I used to think she knew about, 70% of the language, and I'm saying nah, maybe 20%, less, even less. So, they just can't. But my kids, I have a sneaky suspicion the longer my other two kids are there, they're going to lose their English. It's just going to happen, because they're not using it at all. So, Yeah, we got to get out there, Todd. We got you get your stuff on.
Yeah.
All right, and we're going to go ahead and let you go. Thanks for coming in again. And this is Rickshaw out.